Welcome to game number 2. I'm starting the stream with a mouthful of food. My wife just made me some delicious pasta. I jammed as much as I could in my face until I had to get started here. Welcome to Nothing is Perfect. My name is Russell Holiday, and today we got camera angles right from the beginning. Look at that. We can actually watch this thing. It's not stuck at center ice this time. So everyone knows, we're going to start off with all of the camera angles. It's going to be great. Okay? So let's talk about what we're going to do on this beautiful night. So to start, we're going to say hello to all the beautiful people who are already in chat waiting for things to get started. We're going to watch the game. During the first intermission, we're going to have Dustin Boydell on for the Rusty and Dusty Sideshow. We're going to talk about the prospect game yesterday. We're going to talk about the prospect game today. Looks like Koskin Kuo is going to be starting for the Canucks. Braden Coots is not in tonight. So first intermission, Dustin Boydell, Rusty and Dusty Sideshow. Second intermission, we're going to be featuring a video from a man who runs a channel called Scouching. His name is Will Scouching. He does a whole bunch of different, he does a bunch of prospect videos. So tonight we're going to be watching his video about the Vancouver Canucks prospect pyramid during the second intermission. Then we'll chat about it. Then we'll watch the third period. Dustin Boydell might be by for a post-game show, but we'll have to wait and see. It's going to depend on some of the travel time with his child. So we shall see. But yes, let's start off quickly because it looks like they're doing the national anthems already. HMS Fangirl is here. What's up, HMS? Cheering for the Chiefs. That's all right. You can cheer for the Chiefs you want. And then Callum's here, says, freaking hockey here? Question mark. Tor's back. I'm shitting again. Oh, no. Just shitting left, right, and center, eh? HMS Fangirl, game start soon, Callum. Not too soon. Agreed, Callum. Tor said, I bought a 1952 Fender Telecaster today. Ask me anything. What does that feel like, having a 1952 Fender Telecaster? I think my dad would like that. Callum McKenzie, game on! And then HMS Fangirl says, awesome, Tor. KP is here. What's up, KP? In the house. Imagine tonight they forgot to turn on the live stream. Yeah, this time it was on early. So that's good to see. Firebeast back in the house. Nice to see you again, Firebeast. Welcome back to the stream. Always good to see you. I will see you after 5. Oh, okay, so you're going to be on at 5. Okay, yeah, we'll still be live. Should be probably around the start of the second period for that. Tor, best $77,000 I ever spent. Wow, that's an expensive guitar, eh? Callum says, Tor, I own an illegal guitar, a Man Les Paul copy with a headstock intact. Interesting. What makes it illegal, Callum? HMS Fangirl, I thought the game was at 4. 4, yeah, it is. They're just, looks like they're doing the national anthems and stuff. I wonder if they're actually going to have, like, and the land of the free. Soapbox pickups added a la Frankenstein. Interesting. Dang, no coots tonight. Yeah, no cooties. Go Canucks, go. Let's fucking go, says Callum. And then Dustin Boydell, the man who's going to be on during the first intermission, shows up and drops 20 gifted memberships. Are you kidding me? 20 gifted memberships. That's insane. Let's see if we get all of them out. So we got Mark getting one, CR Nuck 58, Freddie, Dave DeVilliers, KJ Brazy, KJ Brazy squared, Captain Canuck 99, Riley Frazier, Milosh. Who else is getting one? Milosh, Lane Staley, Sensei Dean, Daniel Lazek, Brian Anderson, Turned Lizard, Rome, Keith, Seamus, Gary Wiseman, Robert Johnston, and Chris Don. There we go. All right. Puck is dropped at center ice for the start of this game. So let's get into it. I'm going to check something here. Okay. All right. So this is actually kind of fun. We can do this. So I'm going to turn this down a bit. So we at least have the in-arena sound. Let me know how the levels are versus my voice versus the arena sound, all right? DPD brings a... Oh, no, that was Lekarmaki. Brings out a zone. Goes over the blue line, loses it right there. Kraken put the puck back in their own zone. Have to backtrack to get that. Looks like they're playing in their practice facility, so they're not playing at their main arena. Kraken behind their own net. Let me just get rid of this too here. Let's get rid of this here. Perfect. All right. Play underway. First period of play. I should update that as well. 0-0 is the score early in this one. Not a shot or anything yet. We'll see. Canucks dump it into the corner, skating onto it. Canucks come out of it. Try to pass it back. Good stick by the defenseman there for the Seattle Kraken. The Canucks try and pass it down the wall, but it gets picked off, and Seattle brings it out, gets the center, dumps the puck in the zone. That one rolls a little bit on him. The Vancouver Canucks ringing around the board. Number 70 on your defense. Parker Alcoats tries to get out. Seattle keeps it in. Parker Alcoats will pick it up behind the net as well and settle things down. Looks like they'll probably wait for a change as everyone gets off. There's Berard. Out of the zone comes number 3 for your Vancouver Canucks, Joel Arntzen. He gives up at the puck at center. Seattle brings it back in. Across the zone it goes to nobody. And then the Canucks bring it out. Seattle picks it up in their own zone. Starts playing it out. It goes off of a skate and bounces back into the Seattle zone. Both defensemen are back behind the red line. And they'll play catch behind their own goalie. Pass out to the blue line. Good move, sidestepping the Canucks player there. And then the Seattle Kraken pass it just inside the blue line. Bank pass off the board. Shot to the front of the net. First shot of the game. And, oh God, I'm going to struggle with his name the whole game. Koskenvuo makes the save. First one of the game. Vancouver tries to make a pass out of the zone, ends up going off of Seattle skate and bouncing back to Koskenvuo, and he'll cover it up for a whistle. That one will not count as a shot, as it was Vancouver Canucks stick was the last one to touch it. So again, thank you, Dustin Boydell, very, very much for dropping 20 gifted memberships on this. Is the sound pretty good, guys, for the level of the... Is that good? Yeah, it's good. Zach McNally saying good. Akash, what's up, Akash? How's it going, my dude? Long time no see. How you doing, brother? Still slagging away there at the airport, eh? Canucks put the puck in front. Shot on net, goes off a skate, goes wide. Vancouver battling in the corner, come back up with it. Picked up in the corner, played to the middle, but they can't get a stick on it. Now a shot from the half boards. That one looks like it went off a stick as well, off the boards and out to center ice. Picked up there by Canuck defenseman. He plays it out. Picked off at center ice, and then the puck rolls back and forth. Very similar to the start of the game last night. This is some sketchy hockey. Shot to the front of the net. That one goes wide. Ends up coming off the end boards. Almost bounces out front. Vancouver battling behind the net to try and get the puck back. Nick Poisson's back there, battling it. Ends up kicking it wide, but Seattle picks it up and they'll play it out. Puck ends up going past the guy, and it looks like the Vancouver Canucks will get there first. So that is going to be an icing call on the Seattle Kraken early in the year, but they still probably do need to learn the rules. Insane that they have played hockey all their lives and they don't understand what icing is, so the faceoff will come all the way down the ice. Learn the rules! Let's get some rule books in the chat for all the Seattle Kraken players out there so that they can actually know how the game goes, eh? Faceoff in the Canucks zone. So it's Patterson now on the top line with Coots out. Patterson's a move up to the top line with Lekramacky and Ulrichsen. So we'll see how he does. He has been scoring in bunches down in the OHL. Oh, and then Ulrichsen overskates the puck, number 46. Seattle pass out to the blue line on the Canucks side, but the Seattle player could not pick it up. Puck rolls in on Koskenvuo, and he covers it up for another whistle. Faceoff will be in the Canucks zone to his glove side. Woo, good start to the game. Not a bad pace, you know, up and down, up and down. Here we go. Hi Russell, what's up HMS fangirl? Someone did secure the tarp. I can hear Russell loud and clear. Hey Russell, a little switch up today. I'm at London Drugs. Ooh, London Drugs, eh? Wearing your glasses at London Drugs? All right. Puck comes rolling back in on Koskenvuo, and he covers it up again. Just a lot of pucks just rolling gingerly towards the Canucks' young goaltender. KJ Brazy, 2 in the house. Salutations all. Nice to see ya. Hello, everyone. Kevin K's in the house. Cooter wouldn't make the starting lineup anyway. Go Alverexton. Oh, yeah, you're trying to... Big fucker, yeah. Alrickson. Some Suberto Brochi, what's up, my dude? Seattle, battling with the puck in the Canucks zone. They end up coming up with it on blue line. Skating across the blue line into the high slot. Cuts to the middle, into the face-off circle. He turns back, passes back to the blue line. Now gets shot towards the net. Puck goes wide, ends up bouncing off the end boards, and another one rolls in on the Canucks goaltender. And then too much gray in here, especially now that you're over 1,600 subs. And then he drops 20 gifted membership. Dustin Boydell. I think we should officially name Dustin Boydell as the #1 sponsor of Nothing Is Perfect, eh? But they still don't have frills. Dusty Hype! Cool prospects, says Todd Peterson. That's what they were here for. Made me think of the old BC Gold Prospector graphic. Maybe that's a preseason sponsor here. Maybe. Zach's just like, oh! Everyone's freaking out. Dusty Hype. Yeah, Rusty and Dusty. KP's like, let's go! And then KJ Brazy Squared is like, thanks, Dusty. And then Captain Canucks like, I got enough in membership! Alright, Canucks get the puck down low in the Seattle zone. Picking it up off the skates, tried to kick it to his teammate, didn't read it well. Puck gets played back down behind the Seattle net. They'll pass it up to their own blue line all the way up to center. Skating in, 3 people deep. Puck cross, ends up getting blocked by a Canuck player. He tried to pass across, but ends up losing it to Seattle. Seattle playing in their own zone, passing out to the Canucks blue line. Tipped away, Minio picks it up there. He'll play it out to center. Berard flips the puck into the Seattle zone. They'll start a change. Cover your ears, lefties. Let's get it on. And then KJ Brazy Squares just touching tips out here. If the Canucks blow a 3-goal lead, I'll give 10 subs. Okay, Tor, you're on. Seattle brings the puck in, puts it into the corner on the near side. Canucks battling there to try and come back up with it. You got Joel Arson, big number 6'3", 203 pounds, battling. We got a rugby game there. Puck plays to the middle. Vancouver tries to deflect it out, can't quite get it out. And the puck will go back to the half boards. Seattle picks it up there, playing it down into the corner. Skating up the half boards. He turns, plays it down to the slot. Puck dribbles by 2 Seattle Kraken. They can't come out with it. But they manage to play the puck to the middle. Behind the net. Into the corner it goes. Poisson can't come out with it. Number 81 picks it up though and skates around behind the net. Oreskovic plays it out. Goes past the Seattle Kraken player. The referee said he could have touched it, so there will be no icing on that play. And the Seattle Kraken pick it up, playing it out to center. Vancouver still in the middle of the change. DP stepping up, trying to throw a hit. He tries to get the puck out of his own, ends up going off of his own defensive pairs. Willander skate. Willander, though, picks it up, plays it out to the blue line. Lekermacki with a nice pass down for Patterson. Patterson plays it across. Ulrichsen couldn't come up with it. Now he plays it down into the corner. He'll try and knock it away, but can't get it. Seattle plays it into the corner. They'll play it behind their own net. Now Patterson skates in. Riley throws a little hit. Can't come up with the puck, though. Seattle plays it behind the net into the other corner. Ulrichsen throws a hit, takes his man down, but the man takes a hit to make a play. Vancouver keeps it in the blue line, though. Plays it down low into the corner. Number 68 puts it in front, and Lekermacki scores! Jonathan Lekermacki getting set up by number 68 for your Vancouver. Riley Patterson gets promoted with the injury to Coots to the top line and has a nice pass out to Lekermacki, who puts it in on the other side of the net. Good shot, good pass, and the Vancouver Canucks prospects have taken a 1-0 lead early in this period. Woo! Come back to YBR. I need an OM. Sorry, Cash. I'm a bartender now. Sphinx is here. What's up, Sphinx? Woo! Says Dustin. Canucks lose the face-off at center ice after the butt. And then she goes like, go, 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 go. The Swedish skyscraper? Yeah, I like that. Ulrichsen, the Swedish skyscraper. Seattle battling in the corner. Comes up with the puck. Pass across the other blue line. Good stick by the Canucks defenseman there. Or the forward, looks like. And the puck goes off of his stick and into the Vancouver Canucks bench. There is 13:21 left to go in this period. Interesting. They're actually showing it. Huh. Should I try to, like... Let's see. I'm going to attempt something here. It's probably not going to work. But I'm going to try and make a timer. Is there a timer on this computer? Oh, yeah. There's a clock app. Okay, okay. The clock needs an update. We're getting... Okay, well. So we got 13:21 left to go. So I'm going to put this on my phone for now. I'm going to try and keep track for you guys here. And let's see if the clock... No, I want the clock, bro. Timer. Okay. 13:21. Oh no. 13:21. Save. Keep on top. Oh, snap. Oh, this might actually work. Okay. We're doing stuff on the fly, which we sometimes do here on Nothing is Perfect. But I do want to try to make it as authentic for you guys as possible. It is not showing up as a window I can capture. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this for you. That's annoying. What is this thing called? Clock. All right. Face off in the Canucks zone. Vancouver wins it, but the Seattle Kraken come back up with it, try and put it in front. Good stick there by Sormenio to take it away. Puck comes back to Seattle, though. They put a backhander just wide of the net. Seattle loses the puck behind the net to Sormenio. Sormenio now gets double teamed, and the Seattle Kraken manage to come back up with it. Pass across the zone all the way back to the blue line on the far side. Shot down low. One-timer ends up going off of Sormenio and into the corner. Vancouver picks it up, and they'll play it out. Ulrichson's still on the ice. Puck comes back to Sormenio in his own zone. He'll play it all the way out to the Seattle blue line. Puck gets tipped in. Ulrichson in, takes a shot, gets blocked. Patterson picks it back up. He plays around, number 68, Patterson. Oh, we didn't even start the timer. Oh, God, I don't even know what the time is. All right, we're going to try and figure this out, but right now, all we got is the scoreboard. Shot gets rung around the boards by the Vancouver Canucks. Seattle picks it up, plays it back behind their own net. It's Umberto Brochi. Woo! What's up, Umberto Brochi? Let's fucking go, Mackie! Goal. Go Canucks, go Canucks, go Canucks. Whoa! Spencer Doucette. Woo! Doucette? Is it Doucette? Spencer Doucette? Did I get that right? All right, puck goes down the ice. Seattle picks it up inside their own blue line. Goal, 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 goal. Boom! Goal, 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 says Big Mac. Puck goes around the boards. Vancouver picks it up in their own zone. Puck gets just past Patterson, but they end up skating onto the puck, number 71 for the Vancouver Canucks there. Josh Bloom can't come up with it, though. Seattle skates it back out, crossing over the Vancouver Canucks blue line, stopping up in the corner on the near side. Pass across the zone into the face-off dot on the far side. Back to the blue line. Shot gets rung down behind the net. Puck rings around there. Vancouver knocks down a man behind the net. Puck comes up the half boards, and Vancouver manages to work it out to center. Skating onto it is DPD. DPD flips it in behind the Seattle zone. Vancouver watching. Forward checking. Getting light interference there so Seattle can get the puck out of the zone. We got number 79 and number 89 on the same line. Flipping the puck down behind the net. Vancouver's first onto the puck, leaving it there. Tries to get into the corner. Vancouver skates onto it. Number 89, Action Kuntz, our biggest player. Plays it back to the blue line. Shot from the blue line. Sormenio with a shot. Who knows where the puck is. Ends up going off the glass. Bouncing in behind the net. Vancouver plays it back to the blue line. Now Kudratsev with a shot to the front of the net. That one gets blocked. He picks up his own rebound off the shot. Puck to the front of the net. Ends up going wide, up half boards. Vancouver comes up with it there. Tries to drag it through his man all the way to the front. Cooper Walker couldn't quite do it. Seattle picks it up. No clear out of the zone. Sormenio picks it up in his own zone. Passes his head. Number 62 stops. Looks to the front of the net. Can't figure out where the puck is. Ends up in his feet. He'll lose it and put it into the corner. Number 70 for your Vancouver Canucks, Parker Okos comes in, pinches down, and ends up putting the puck down low. Seattle puts it off the glass and out, picked up at center. But good work there by the Vancouver Canucks to swarm in, and number 81 gets the puck back. Jason Oreskovich puts it back for Obo Bifo. He gets rubbed out on the boards, managed to work the puck down low, though. And the Vancouver Canucks will battle on the half boards, but they lose it after getting double teamed on the boards. Seattle picking up in their own zone. They'll play it out to center ice all the way down to the blue line. Goes off of his stick, so it won't be icing. Parker Alkos is there. Number 3 for your defenseman. Joel Ardson plays it up. And then a bad pass across the Obo Bifo, giving away at his own blue line, giving Seattle a chance. Wraparound attempt. Puck comes in front. Koskavuo didn't even know where it was, but the puck stays out. And the puck gets picked up there by the Vancouver Canucks, and they'll play it all the way down behind the net. Stopped up a little bit by the Seattle goaltender. Vancouver's quick in on the forecheck. Lektermäki first man onto the puck. Patterson's there as well. Here we go. We got Pettersson and Patterson. Pettersson, by the way, puts it over for Lektermäki. He tries to get out in front for number 71, streaking in from the point. Josh Bloom, but couldn't quite get it to him. And then Seattle plays at the blue line, but kept in there by Patterson. Riley Patterson now flips it down on the Seattle goaltender. Goes off of him and into the corner. Seattle skates it up the half boards, playing it out to center. Seattle plays it back in their own zone. Out to the center. Picked up there on the blue line. Intercepted there. DPD picks it up. He puts it off the glass. Goes off the referee. Drops right there for the Seattle Kraken. Number 96 for the Kraken, getting rubbed out there by DPD. Trying to seal off the zone, but they managed to work it down low. Seattle plays it back to the blue line. High slot. Far boards on the half boards. Shot to the front of the net. Puck goes through the crease, but it doesn't get into the net. Vancouver tries to play it up the boards, and it manages just to squeak out there. Oh, good pressure by Seattle on that one. But the puck is all the way down their own zone. Canucks are changing. Seattle tries to take advantage. Pass to the blue line, ends up getting deflected away from him, but Seattle picks it up just inside the blue line, playing it down into the face-off circle on the near side. Puck gets flipped to the net. Koskavuo ends up deflecting it away with his glove. Kirill Kudryavtsev tries to play it up the boards. That one gets intercepted, but the puck actually squirts out past the Seattle defenseman, and the Canucks will try and get the puck back, but they intercept it actually at center. They play it down low. Number 93, Cooper Walker for your Vancouver Canucks first in. Berard out there as well as his line mate. Woo! Lots of action here to start this game. 1-0 Vancouver leads in the first period of play. We will see if we can get a timer for you kids, eh? Puck all the way down the zone. The Vancouver Canucks have iced the puck. Icing. Icing. 7:30 left to go in this first period of play. That's great. Whoever is running the cameras here, they know what's up. They know there's no scoreboard. Commiserating. Oh no, they're playing songs. I shouldn't be able to hear this because I might get demonetized. All right, plays back underway. Seattle puts the puck down in the Canucks zone. Stopped by Koskavuo. Picked up there by DPD. He'll play it across to his defensive partner, Willander, who plays it up the boards. Puck into the middle. No one's there for the Vancouver Canucks. But DPD does the job and skates onto the puck, puts the puck down low. Vancouver flips the puck towards Seattle's net. Gets covered up there and does the whole... Covers it right up. Interesting. Vancouver loses the face-off in the Seattle zone. They work it out. Intercepted by a Canuck for a moment by Willander, and then the puck ends up going back to a Seattle player, and they end up working it just towards the net. By the way, I haven't cheers yet. 2-evil! Vancouver falls in their own zone. Pass across for Seattle in the slot. Couldn't make a clean reception there. Puck ends up in the corner. We got a little rugby game. Tom Willander battling, plays the puck behind his own net. Picked up there by number 83, Aaron Obo Bifo. He'll skate out. Pass across there. Obo Bifo with some speed. Shot short side. Ends up going off the side of the net behind it. Good work there by number 62 for your Vancouver Canucks. Nick Poisson trying to come up with it. Couldn't quite get it. The Vancouver Canucks will change. Seattle puts the puck in behind the net. Rings all the way around the boards. Puck comes all the way out to the blue line. Shot to the front of the net. And Koskavuo ends up making the save. Skating to the corner, number 36 for your Vancouver Canucks. Woo! 2-evil, says Imprick Fetty. 2-evil, says Zach. 2-evil, says Big Mac. Whoops, I did it again. 2-evil. And then Imprick Fetty says, Crystal says, too good. Bob Bluger, Russ, nice flow with the play-by-play. Not easy. Did you practice this summer? I practiced when the Abbotsford Canucks were playing. So that was the last time I really was doing the play-by-play. Bob Bluger, welcome back. Bork Tuesday? I like it. Was any update given on Coots injury-wise? How long he'd been out? No, we haven't heard anything like that. So far, all we know is that he's not good enough to play for tonight, but he should be back at some point. I just gotta double check too. That's why also Artie says his channel name. Yeah. Yeah, Artie does say my channel name. Archer Shelovs. Nothing is perfect. Yeah, we're keeping the emotes around because stand him up at the blue line, says Todd Petterson. I think the Tolly Jacob. Thanks, Calvin. Dustin, now I get to use these. Welcome, bro. There it is. There's the Archer Shelovs emote. Welcome back, Pink Sunglasses. Nice to see KJ Brazy. I miss Artie. Sad Panda. I just want to see Evander play with Petey. I would totally own number 69 and start a fight just for fun. Vancouver loses the face-off in their own zone. Puck might have just come out there, but no call. Vancouver picks it up on the half-board, skating out. Top line's out now. Ulrichsen plays to the middle. Patterson tries to play it across for Leckerman. Ends up getting blocked, coming back to him. Seattle manages to work it up. Out, skating over the Vancouver blue line. Puck in behind the net. Sorminio cuts off his man, plays it around to the corner, but nobody was there to receive it, so Seattle picks it up. They play it to the far side. Now cross zone as well. Puck into the front of the net. Vancouver knocking their man down, trying to clear him out of the front of the net. Now play up to the half boards, and Ulrichsen skates it out. Patterson puts it back to him. Shot to the front of the net by Ulrichsen. Quick shot there, trying to go 5-hole, but the Seattle goaltender was up to the task. Seattle bring it back in, pass across the blue line. Number 96 getting hit there. Loses the puck. Patterson picks it up, plays it cross zone. Can't get received there by Leckermacky. He pins his man to the board, showing a little bit of grit there. Ends up blocking the pass down low. Ulrichsen coming into support. Going up, puts it down into the Seattle zone, and then he'll go up for a change. Vancouver looking pretty good here at moments. Seattle also looking good. Vancouver playing it back behind his own net. Parker Olkos playing it to himself, plays it out to the blue line. Now Josh Bloom plays it across. Obo Bifo getting taken down with a big hit. Now Josh Bloom skates it out, gets it up to the corner. Number 65 there as well for your Vancouver Canucks. Gabriel Sherratt on the ice. Kieran Durbin also out there. Seattle getting turned back at center. Now skating over the blue line. Looking to the middle. Pass across. Good deflection there by the Vancouver defenseman. That might have been DPD. But good work there. Sherratt with a good forecheck. The Vancouver Canucks will now start a change. Kraken getting feisty. Yep. Coffee wasted. Oh man, I could use a coffee right now actually. Thomas says go, 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 go. What? Kane to play with Petey. Let's go, pressure! Live on his channel. This outro is arty anyways. Yeah. Seattle in their own zone. See if I can find the clip for you. Seattle. Pass across center ice. In with speed. Shot to the front of the net. Ends up going wide and high off the end boards. Bounces all the way back to the blue line just outside. So the Seattle Kraken will have to touch up. Vancouver picks it up though and plays it out. Coots plays it back into his own zone. Passing across the blue line now. Kirill Kudratsev skates over center into the blue line. Rings the puck around the boards. Vancouver skates back onto it, playing it back behind the net. Picked up there, into the middle. Good passing play, and number 93 can't finish it off. After a great couple passing plays there, number 93 couldn't quite finish off Cooper Walker, and then a shot to the front of the net by number 3, Arnston. And then Seattle goaltender will cover it up. Good passing play there. Looks like there's 4:29 left to go. Or is that the time? No, that is the time in the day, not the time in the game. And there's the whistle as we go to a commercial break. Oh no, just a whistle to say that there's a face-off. Vancouver loses the draw in the Seattle zone. Puck up the half boards. Vancouver plays it. Tries to do an indirect pass to Berard, but it gets past him. The Seattle player did not skate hard enough. The puck didn't quite make it all the way down, so no icing. Seattle plays it all the way into the Vancouver zone, but they lose it there. Tom Willander will be... Tom Willander will pick it up there. Dropping it there for Obo Bifo. Obo Bifo. Winding up in his own zone. Drops it over for Poisson. Poisson puts it across. A little bit of a hot pass there for Willander. Couldn't make contact. Played down low for Obo Bifo. He spins on the corner. Plays it down behind the net. Poisson picks it up there. He looks to the front of the net. Can't get it there. Now he skates up the half boards. Puts it back to the front of the net. Ends up deflecting off of something. Ends up bouncing back to the half boards. Vancouver plays it down low into the far side. And Seattle plays it all the way down in the Canucks zone. Seattle playing it back to the blue line. Pass to the front of the net. The Seattle Kraken player all alone had all the time in the world, but couldn't connect with a wide open net. Couldn't finish off the play. DPD picks it up, plays it in the corner, played back in the middle there. And then Seattle breaks up that play, but the puck deflects out to center, and Seattle will pick it up there. Now they'll play it all the way back down to center already, skating over the blue line. Good poke check there by Minio. Seattle manages to ring it around the boards. Picked up there on the far side. Lekermacki picks it up, puts it off the boards just outside the blue line. Good effort there to get it out. Seattle loses the puck, dumps it back in. Kirill Kudratsev plays it over for Sawyer Minio. Sawyer Minio slowly out from behind his own net. Ulrichsen back onto the ice, the top line out here. Ulrichsen tips it into the zone. Picked up there by Seattle, and they'll play catch in their own zone before playing it all the way up to the Vancouver blue line. Tipped in there. Now Kirill Kudratsev, first one back onto it, plays it off the boards up to number 68, Patterson, who skates in, gives it over for Bloom. Bloom puts it back to Patterson. Patterson flips on a net, goes wide into the corner. Sherratt picks it up there. Looks like we might have had a line change here. Sherratt can't come up with it. Seattle chips it into the far side corner. Arnston skates into it, puts it up the boards. Deflects off a skate, though, and comes back into the Vancouver zone. Number 95 skates it, passes to the side. Bloom puts it over the blue line. That's going to be offside. As the Canucks had just got in with that pass just behind him. He didn't see it. So, this is what everyone's talking about. This is Archer She Loves. Are you guys ready?
Nothing is perfect.
It's a very quick clip. Are you ready?
Nothing is perfect.
Nothing is perfect. Russ, look at chat. Your scoreboard is in the 41st period. Oh, no! Oh man, the 41st period. This is one hell of an overtime game. There we go, first period. Oh, Willander in this game. Yeah, so Willander is playing tonight. So for everyone who's just getting into the stream, Tom Willander is playing, but Braden Coots was not able to play, unfortunately. Face off at center ice. Bloom getting into it there. Vancouver tries to step through to win it, but can't. Seattle plays the puck into the center ice zone. Picked up there by Vancouver's defense. They'll play it back to center. Josh Bloom gets up the blue line. He'll flip it in. Vancouver moves in on the forecheck. Seattle plays it back down in the Canucks zone. Parker Elkos picks it up. He plays it back out to center. Dervin tries to pick up with it, drops it, tries to do a spin, but ends up getting knocked down. Can't quite get the puck to his intended target. Seattle through center, a little dip move. Pass to the blue line, ends up going off the stick and deflecting out to center. And that looks like it is the end of the period, people. There it is. So now that I just updated that it is the first period, we're now into the first intermission? Or is that? No, it's not. Offside? It was just offside. Okay, we're not done. Okay, they're gonna call it. No. Okay, no, it is the end of the period. Oh my gosh. First intermission. Okay, yeah. So we're into the first intermission. Woo! 1-0 after one. Vancouver Canucks lead. Big Mac, thanks for being here, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Todd Peterson in the house. Banzai. I must win. Japan 4 for life. Turn on your gifts. Yeah, make sure you turn on your gifts. 500 in chat right now. All right. Let's hop back over to the bar. And we're going to get Dustin Boydell all queued up here. Make sure that everything is working properly. Come on. You can do it. All right. Let's turn off the crowd noise. Let's start this here. There's his face. Everyone likes to see Dustin's face. All right. So through one period of play, 1-0, Vancouver Canucks managed to score 1 goal in that period, but kind of a scrambling game, what you expect. But yeah, here, without further ado, let's get him in here because Dustin Boydell dropped in 20 gifted memberships to start this game. What are you doing, brother? You got to put your kid through college, don't you?
Who did what now?
You 20 gifted memberships, Dustin?
Oh, finger must have slipped.
That happens all the time, eh?
For hockey, baby. Just excited for hockey season. You know, it's 7 days until preseason games start and the training camps started. You got the prospects game going. I mean, it's exciting stuff.
Yeah, you love to see it. So everyone who doesn't know, this is Dustin Boydell. He is the one half of the Rusty and Dusty Sideshow. He was here for what, like, you've already been here for like 95 something Rusty and Dusty Sideshows or something like that?
Yeah, we are rapidly approaching that 100 mark. Looking forward to that. And yeah, another big season coming up. And I will do my best efforts to be here for as many games as my schedule will allow. And for as long as chat still wants me around. You know, I'm just one bad take away from them absolutely despising me.
Yeah, I'm the one who always says the Canucks are going to win the cup, so.
I mean, that's all Canucks fans, right? I mean, just once before we die.
So before we get into the prospects game yesterday, the prospects game today, I wanted to ask you because you did a little thing, Dustin, that you have never done before. And you went out to your hometown court or field, or what do you call it? Links?
Golf course.
Perfect.
Hometown course that I grew up playing when I was a junior. Yeah.
So tell the chat, what did you do 2 weekends ago?
So every fall, my hometown course has a men's tournament. A couple of years ago, they had a major flood that wiped out a lot of the golf course, and they had to do some major repairs. So this year was the first year that they really had a big enough field to have another big tournament. So I went up and played. There was a field of 50. I ended up shooting the best round I've ever shot on a par 72 on the Saturday. I shot 67, 5 under par, with a hole-in-one on the 18th hole. My third hole-in-one and second one of this year. Actually, both hole-in-ones this year came playing in tournaments as well. So just that extra little bit on them. And then the Sunday shot 2 over 74, which it was a little windier, a little tougher pins, but it was enough to bring home my first tournament victory ever against an entire able-bodied field. I was the only disabled golfer in this one. So to win my first tournament in my hometown was really special, and I'm looking forward to next season and getting some more wins under the belt.
Let's see if wait, hang on a second here. See if I can make this work.
Uh-oh,
Got your
apparently I'm
Instagram
quiet.
up here. So we got the hole-in-one Dustin Boydell Hope Golf and Country Club September 6th, 2025 on hole 18. And then the next one, I think, is you receiving the trophy for the tournament as well. And then who is this gentleman? Is this the guy who runs the course? Who is this guy?
So that's the president of the golf club.
Cool. That's very, very cool. Congratulations, buddy. That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it was a cool accomplishment, and I look forward to winning a few more.
Yeah, I believe you will. 100%. So, did you manage to get any of the highlights from yesterday?
I did. Before we go too far,
Yeah.
Calvin's saying I'm a little bit low, my volume.
There we go. Increased.
All right.
Everyone let me know if that's better.
Calvin, let us know if that's better when you get a chance. Yes, I did see the highlights, the Canucks goals. Man, I would love to see Ulrichsen be able to put that size to use in the NHL. Obviously, it'll be nice for him to be in Abbotsford playing at the pro level this year instead of junior, to get a little more experience with that. But man, that I think from the highlight I saw looked like a one-handed backhand, shades of a young Todd Bertuzzi. Just made me lick my lips. Canucks have been lacking a power forward like that for a very long time. So to see a young prospect that's 6'6" that can move his feet, has pretty good hands, pretty exciting stuff to see. Obviously, you would have liked to see them play with the full structure for the full game yesterday, but
Right.
prospects, they're all trying to kind of make an extra name for themselves. So they're pushing the envelope a little bit when it comes to the defensive side of it, trying to get that offensive side going. Because I mean, a lot of these guys, except for the defense, I mean, it's a prospects showcase, but 4 of those defensemen could pretty much play in the NHL.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, it's even
you're
funny. There's
like,
the one guy playing for the Canucks today, Ben Berard. He's actually 26.
yeah, it's a strange mix of players. To be fair, DPD playing in this,
Yeah.
I thought maybe they would have gone with Celebrini instead, give him a little more of this type of showcase. But I'm not complaining. It's
Mhm.
good exercise for DPD to get going. Him and Wieland playing together, argument's sake, could be a pairing coming out of training camp. We don't know like what Wielander's going to put up against the actual pros coming out of college, but I'm looking forward to obviously the preseason games. Those two likely going to be paired together in some preseason, I would imagine. Also, Mancini probably switched on and off with DPD on that right side. So, or sorry, with Wielander playing with DPD, Mancini and DPD from last year. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what these young guys can do to push for spots. Riley Patterson tonight, making the most of getting that bump up to the top center with a beautiful pass out to Lecker turning the play almost backwards, find Lecker and Jonathan finding top shelf there. His scores touch that he has always had. Clearly looking more healthy than he did in the Calder finals. We obviously heard the news recently that he had an infection from his wisdom teeth, and he was probably pretty sick, probably couldn't eat properly. So it explains a lot of the sluggishness and why he looked a little bit behind. So, I'm looking forward to seeing what he can bring in training camp and pushing for an NHL spot this year. Seeing good things out of him so far.
Was there anyone
And
else so
yeah,
far tonight that's been standing out for you from this Canucks prospects pool? Because I feel like there's been a couple guys who have been skating hard, but maybe not necessarily. It's just a scrambling game, right? So the effort's there, but
yeah.
it's the structure is just obviously chaos in a game like this.
Oh, for sure. There's a bit of structure in their own end. They're getting the puck out quickly, which is good. Really hasn't been any super dangerous chances except for close to the end there. About 5 minutes left. There was one Kraken player left wide open, but he luckily didn't get the shot on net. That Obo Bifo kid really moving his feet, getting the puck out. Poisson, that whole line, Poisson, Obabifo, and Oreskovich are playing quite well together. They're moving the puck quickly out of the zone, trying to keep it in the Kraken zone. There's no real like first through fourth line here. These are all prospects that are, used to playing first line minutes as a junior. Like all these kids are top prospects, right? So it's weird to kind of put them all together in this type of showcase. And it's 2 games, right? So it's really tough. Some of these guys are going to be going to Abbotsford's training camp and getting ready to play their first professional level hockey, like Riley Patterson, Vilmer Ulrichsen, guys like that will likely be early cuts from Canucks camp. And then the other half of this lineup is going to be going straight to Abbotsford. So, Yeah, so far I've liked what I've seen. Obviously, our shelf is a lot more stocked than it has been in recent years, so there's always that silver lining. Unfortunately, Coots did get his hopefully minor injury yesterday. They sent him home just to be safe. There's no real point in risking a further injury with the kid who realistically is playing in juniors this year. He's not going to make the NHL, and he's too young for the AHL. So just send him back to heal up and be ready to go for the WHL season.
I mean, that's kind of been the debate too. And we did a poll question last night to see like who's your like dark horse player where they shouldn't make the Vancouver Canucks, but you feel like they might. And the list we gave out yesterday was Tom Willander, Braden Coots, Vilmer Ulrichsen, and who was the fourth one? I don't even remember who the fourth one was. But is there like Willander, Coots? If you had to decide between those two, who's most likely to make this Vancouver roster?
Willander is far more developed than Coots. Coots has a ton of leadership qualities, but is still in a junior hockey player's body. Willander has a couple more years experience and growth and muscle, and he's been scouted as ready to play professional hockey at the NHL level. No one's really scouted him to go to the AHL. Everyone thinks he's too skilled for that. So realistically, he's probably my not even dark horse, probably out of that list, most likely to make it. The dark horse for me, who was the third person you said?
Vilmer Ulrichsen.
Ulrichsen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if he shows that he can use that size at the NHL level and keep up, I mean, he could push for a spot as a winger up with the Canucks because in the top six, there's no one really with the type of skill set that Ulrichsen has, the size with the offensive talent and the eye for scoring. So, I mean, you look at the kid, and if his development jumps forward at the pro level, that's a good thing, and he could find his way onto this NHL team, depending on injuries or what happens coming out of training camp. I'd love to see him given a try, though, just to see how far behind he is or how much he needs to improve his skating and stuff like that.
I think for a guy like that, a lot of the time it's one of those things where he has to. It's almost like you have to realize how big you are, and that you can impose your will on people. Because I feel like a lot of the time, these kids get to the NHL, and it's a little bit of an intimidation factor. But when you're already 6'6", 214 pounds, like there are people in the NHL that you can already lay out. And I feel like if this kid comes into camp and shows well, then there is a chance. But I think it's going to be similar to what happened last year with all the different contracts, right? Like we're looking at Lecker is waiver exempt, Max Sasson is waiver exempt, right? So these are two guys that if they make the team, it's going to be a very impressive camp for them because it just comes down to contracts, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Riley Patterson, like you said, got the promotion to that top line with Coots being out, took advantage, beautiful pass. There was a story about him earlier about essentially how he's holding out because he wants to get traded within the OHL. Is that for you a bad sign for a prospect, or is that a good sign of a guy who knows what he needs to do to develop properly?
I mean, the OHL is you're either a top team or a bottom team, right? There's no real middle ground. And I'm not sure who he's playing for right now. I can't remember off the top of my head.
The Barrie Colts.
The Barrie Colts. So there you go. I think got traded to them late last season.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he really doesn't owe them anything. He was sent there at the trade deadline of the OHL, I think, as part of a push to get the Colts further in the playoffs, but they really didn't get very far. I can't really blame him for wanting to go to maybe a different team because maybe he didn't enjoy his short time with the Colts there after getting traded next year. So he probably has friends in the OHL, other peers that play for other teams and have better experiences maybe to share, and that's what he's looking for. I don't really see it as a bad thing. I think it's a kid who knows that it wasn't his choice to end up there, and he wants a better and brighter chance in the juniors. And realistically, he's 19, so he could find his way into Abbotsford anyways. So holding out, they might just bring him up to Abbotsford. It might be the best place for him, especially if he shows well. If he continues to show well in this game, and maybe they give him a little look in the first preseason game or something, and then send him to Abbotsford.
So I wanted to quickly talk again about Tom Willander, because he seems like one of the guys that has a very good chance of making this roster, just based on him being NHL ready right off the bat. If he does make the roster, would you be more comfortable with him playing a bottom pair role, or would you like to see something crazy like throw him on a line with Quinn Hughes?
Depends what Hronek's doing at the beginning of the season. If Hronek is healthy and looking like he can carry his own pairing, I wouldn't hate seeing someone like Willander given a chance with Quinn Hughes. Also, I wouldn't hate seeing Mancini with Quinn Hughes, because Mancini can move his feet to keep up with Quinn. That's one thing that Hronek lacked, but also Hronek and Quinn are one of the best defensive tandems in the NHL as well. So it's hard to break those two up. You don't really want to take the chance. So maybe, he's playing with a Marcus Pettersson, and you have a young guy that gets switched on and off of Marcus Pettersson's line, which would limit Tyler Myers' minutes, which we know as he ages, he plays stronger defensively with limited minutes. So having him as a third line right D is a good thing. You have Mancini and Willander, who are both capable in my eyes of playing that fourth position D-man on the right side, going in and out with Marcus Pettersson, either one of them. And Marcus Pettersson is enough of a veteran on the left side that I don't think he'd have a problem with those two switching in and out, kind of as the rotating revolving door, and then you keep everyone fresh, and then you have Forbert and Myers kind of as the third line warriors that can go out there and just grind.
Yeah, should be interesting how this all pans out. Looks like the kids are getting back on the ice. So is there anything you wanted to say to chat before I let you go before the second period here?
Oh, I'm happy to see so many familiar names back again. It's been a great summer. Looking forward to preseason getting going and getting deep into the Abbotsford Canucks season and seeing what their roster looks like, and just really happy to be back and looking forward to a fun season here with the Canucks.
Dustin, thanks again for the 20 gifted, and once again, congratulations on your first tournament. And that's absolutely awesome. I was very excited for you when I heard that.
Thank you very much, sir, and I appreciate all your support. And I'm always going to be here to support you in this endeavor. And I look forward to chatting with you every time we are able to get on. So looking forward to the rest of this game, and we will hopefully chat to you post game.
Let me know. Just shoot me a text, and we'll be able to see if maybe we can get you on for one last chat at the end of the game.
Sounds good, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Dustin Boydell, the Silver Fox, stopping by. And we are underway in Seattle. We get that sound back on there for you. Vancouver, Lekramacky puts the puck behind the net. Vilmer Ellerson picks it up, takes his man down, keeps the puck. Good strong play there. Plays the puck behind the net, plays it over Patterson. Patterson looks back to the blue line, fades with a one-timer shot, ends up healing it. So the puck comes back down into the Vancouver zone. Ulrichsen checking his man. DP's there as well. Two Swedish towers. And then the Seattle Kraken plays the puck to the front of the net. Koskin Vuo makes a save, and then the puck comes into the slot, and the Seattle Kraken early in this second period tie this game up, and just like that, we got a 1-1 draw here in Seattle between the Vancouver Canucks and the Seattle Kraken's prospects. update the scoreboard there so we can tell you that we're in the second period here. Unfortunate there. Top line was out. And unfortunately lost the puck. And the puck came all the way back down. And good play by the Seattle Kraken to make sure the puck ended up in the back of the net. Got Sherratt and Dervin out for the Vancouver Canucks. Seattle plays the puck out to the blue line. Stopped at the middle. Vancouver picks it up with some speed. Shot to the front of the net. Saved by the Seattle Kraken goaltender. Good speed there shown by number 71, Josh Bloom, driving it into the zone. Looks like it was David Goyette, number 88 for Seattle, getting that goal. Shots are now 10-6 for the Vancouver Canucks. Still leading in that category, but tied on the scoreboard now after Seattle, like I said, ties up this game early in the second period. Dervin, Sherratt, and Bloom still out there. The Canucks win the faceoff, but Seattle actually jumps through and picks it up on the other side. The Sawyer Minio, Kirill Kudryavtsev break up that rush immediately. Vancouver moves in again. Puck gets dumped into the corner. The Canucks try and play it back up the boards to their own man, but end up giving it away to Seattle, and they'll skate out through center ice, flipping into the Canucks zone. Sawyer Minio can't make contact with that puck to bat it away. Puck up on the half boards near side. Kudryavtsev plays it back up the boards from the corner. Off the boards, out to center ice. Number 89 for the Vancouver Canucks tries to skate it in. Jackson Kuntz, but couldn't get it. Loses the puck, and Seattle will take it on their own zone. Playing it out to center ice, goes off a stick and into the Seattle bench. And that'll be a stoppage of play. The Dervin Sherratt line will now go off. And that'll be a new line coming out for the Vancouver Canucks here. Berard onto the ice, number 79. Ben Berard. Walker Cooper taking the face-off for the Canucks. Wins it back. Parker Allcoast plays it out to center. Tipped by... tipped into the zone. Seattle puts it right back out to center ice. Vancouver puts it high off the glass and into the Seattle zone. No icing there. Cooper Walker. Jackson Kuntz watching. Puck out front. Comes right to a Vancouver player and they shoot it just wide. Good chance there by the Canucks on the forecheck. Seattle, though, picks it up off the boards, and they'll skate it out through center ice. Dump the puck across the zone. Gets intercepted there by the Canucks. Seattle trying to come back out with it. Digging it out of the Vancouver skates. Puck to the front of the net. Koskinen makes the save. Puck comes up the boards. Seattle plays it across the blue line. Back to the near side. Shot to the front of the net. Tried to tip it on net. Couldn't get it. Puck comes off the end boards. Gets tipped back to the far side. Vancouver trying to battle it out. They do so, getting the puck all the way down in Seattle's zone. They'll start to change. Seattle moves it back in. Down into the corner, in behind the net. Big hit there, a reverse hit looks like. Vancouver plays it into the middle. And they'll start moving out through center. Josh Bloom puts it down into the corner. Oh, that was Berard, sorry. He puts it into the corner. Vancouver tries to bring it back out in front into the slot, but that gets blocked. Tom Willander picking it up at center. He turns, passes back over for DPD. Oh no, that's not DPD. Seattle gives up, gets the puck and gets a shot. That one ends up going wide. Ends up coming off the end boards. Up to the half boards. Poisson there battling. Some rugby game breaks out. Obo Bifo there as well. DPD comes up with it. Nice long pass out to center. Good touch pass there by the Canucks. Now it's a 2-on-1 down low, but good work by the Seattle defenseman to break that play up, and they'll move it back out into the Vancouver zone. Three of them coming across the line, making it four. Pass across the zone, and Koskinen comes across and closes the door, making sure after a good passing play by Seattle, the puck gets covered. And the whistle will blow. Koskinen skating, stretching out in the corner, huh? Stretching it out. Gary Wiseman in chat. Welcome back, Gary. Eric Hunter. Jesus, I missed my daily Canucks stress. The summer was too peaceful. It's a random, Gary. You could 6-4 under as long as it's less than 3 months since the last activity. You will always will be gifted always. Seattle through center ice. Pass the puck down low into the corner on the far side. Sawyer Minio onto the first, pushes the puck up the boards, intercepted there by Seattle. Now they're looking up the boards. ends up skating it back to the blue line, across the blue line, shot from the far side, ends up going off the side of the net. Vancouver's Kirill Kudryavtsev plays it up the boards. Vancouver can't work it out past Lekermacki, puts it over for Patterson. Patterson drops for Lekermacki. Lekermacki shot to the front of the net, ends up going just wide. Patterson plays it back to Ulriksson. Ulriksson plays it down low for Lekermacki. He puts it back for Ulriksson. Ulriksson takes a shot. Big save there by the Seattle goaltender. Patterson in on the forecheck. Seattle turning in their own zone on the near corner. Vancouver's going to start a change. Puck gets dropped all the way down the ice. Vancouver picks it up there. Passing all the way back down to Seattle blue line. Stretch pass. Shot to the front of the net, number 65. And the rebound goes high and into the corner. Vancouver picks it up there, playing it behind the net. Gabriel Sherratt there. Coming up with it. Skating out, driving out front, puts it in front of the net. And that looks like that might be a penalty. It looks like Gabriel Sherratt might have been hooked coming to the front of the net, which is why he lost the puck. Or maybe the net came off? No, it looks like the net came off. So no penalty. False alarm. The net has come off. There is 15:06 left to go in the second period. Shots are 12-8. And the score is 1-1 on an early second period goal by the Seattle Kraken to tie this one up. Got Durbin, Sherratt, and Bloom out. Pedersen and Willander on defense. Durbin wins the faceoff back to Pedersen. Pedersen with a shot through the crowd. That goes off some shin pads. Puck gets chipped past Willander, but Pedersen's there to pick it up. Sherratt plays it down low off of a Seattle player, and they'll carry it out through center. Now Durbin picks it up, puts it up for Bloom. Bloom can't get it. Now Seattle puts it past the Canucks defenseman, skates in, puts it back to the blue line, skating down the boards into the corner, looking to the front, pass out front, can't get a piece of wood on it, and the Vancouver Canucks skate out through center line. Willander joining the fray, putting the puck in the front of the net, right through the crease. No one's there to tap it in. Number 79, Vancouver, skates it around the boards, puts it back to Kirill Kudryavtsev at the boards. He keeps it at the blue line for a moment, but it squeaks out. Now Berard picks it up. Toe drag, ends up losing it. Good pass, though, as he recovers it. Vancouver looks to the middle. Looking into the slot, slides it right through the slot. Nobody there to pick it up. Sorminio with a shot from the blue line. Rebound comes out and cleared away by the Seattle Kraken. Sorminio fading down from the point to try and get that rebound. Walker tries to pass it. Gets blocked by Seattle. Seattle plays the puck back in their own zone, up to their own blue line. Vancouver watching them closely. Puck all the way down low. Koskin-Vuo tries to stop it up. Can't quite get it behind his net there. Vancouver, though, recovers the puck. They'll skate it, flipping it high out to center, and the puck ends up going into the Vancouver bench. That will be a face-off, maybe at the blue line of the Vancouver zone, but we'll see where the linesman put it. We'll have a quick breakage in play here. Let's get back into chat. Normally I read chat a lot more, but right now it's hard. Russ, speaking of clip, I sent you one on Twitter. Yeah, I saw that. Let me see that. Koskin-Vuo. My man, Lanky32, always making sure that I know what I'm saying. Koskin-Vuo. There we go. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. B, foreboard isn't coming out for Willander. Yeah, that's probably true. You're probably right, B. Zoe, skate on the skaters ain't haters. Hangia, what's up, Hangia? Forboard had a tough season with his dad passing last. I think he will be better focused this season. Yeah. Boo, says Callum. Yep. I think D-line should be Quinn, Hronik, MP3 Mancini, DPD, Forbert Myers. Forbert Myers. I feel like the thing is, Calvin, I feel like I want a young guy and an old guy. Like, I don't want Forbort and Myers to play together. I want it to be like Mancini and Meyer. Osman. Zoe in the chat. What's up? So they're in the Emerald City. Yes, they are. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. See here, see here, see here. We are the wizard, wizard. Sorry about that. Sometimes I sing. Hangia. That looks like the Rinkin Lumbee kind of. Laugh out loud. Follow the Yellowbrook Road. Seattle wins the faceoff in the Vancouver zone, plays it back to the blue line. Keeping it in for a minute, playing down in the slot. He looks back to the blue line, skates back there, dishes to the far side. Seattle playing pass on the blue line, playing to the near side boards. Oh, and a pass in front. One-timer attempt, but they couldn't quite finish it. Vancouver trying to work the puck out past the blue line, does well to get it out. Sawyer Minio, but the puck gets rung back in. First one onto the puck is number 70 for your Vancouver Canucks. He'll play it up the boards, and the Canucks skate out to center ice. Lecker trying to break, ends up throwing a little hit. Gives his man a rough ride, but can't come up with the puck. Puck comes all the way down the ice, but it's not going to be enough for icing as the puck was bobbling and rolling. Willander through center with some speed, stops at the blue line, gets through, stops up on the half boards, looks to the middle, rings the puck around the boards. Puck comes all the way over. Vancouver chips it down into the corner for number 62, Nick Poisson. He gives it away to Seattle. They play it out to center. Puck played across. Vancouver cutting into the slot, shot, banned on it. Number 65, Gabriel Sherratt couldn't get connected there. And Vancouver's DPD pinches down to try and keep the puck in, does for a moment, but Seattle works it out to center. Seattle working into zone near side, plays it across, intercepted there by Sherratt. He turns things up. He's got DPD activating with him. DPD plays it to the far side. Dervin plays it into the slot, shot to the front of the net. And the goaltender makes a glove save off of a shot from Mr. Josh Bloom coming through the slot after a good pass from DPD, looking to get another assist. After assisting on the goal last night, we got 11:59 left to go in the second period of play. It was Dusty, I remember. Paragraph for Pro, cheers, says Gary Wiseman. Zoe says D. Zoe, today's camera angle is dope. Number 16, Avon. Feels like we're in the crowd, eh? Yeah, we're like right there, eh? Look at me in the crowd. I just gotta turn. Oh, I gotta turn this way. Ah! Shot to the front of the net. Off the face-off. Immediately gloved there by the Seattle goaltender. We'll get another face-off in the Seattle zone. Gotcha, Calvin 99 Charlie. Pangea, boy in the crowd. Laugh out loud. Yeah, is that what they call that troll thing? Boy? Have to pick my kid up from soccer practice in 45 minutes. Hopefully my old lady can do it. Russ can fly. KP, got to ramp up the physicality this period. I agree, KP. We got to throw some more hits out there. Silas in the chat. Welcome back, Silas. Nice to see you. Silas, why are you sad? Why are you sad, Silas? It's nice to see you. Vancouver playing the puck down low. Seattle manages to recover the puck, plays it out to center. Pass gets stopped up at the blue line, ends up putting the Seattle Kraken offside. There's a fly in my room. Whew! Ginch almost opened up like a parachute. Holy cow! That is a powerful fart, Mr. Soberto Brochi. Hit him, says Calvin. All right, Callum. Babble is what we all speak, as long as it's not derogatory or hateful. Yeah. Coots playing? No. That's why you're sad. Coots is not playing. No, it's my people's language. Example, don't be such a doe, aka don't be such a pussy. What? That's some Kraken. All right, plays back underway. Seattle picks up the puck in their own zone. Pressure there from number 93 for your Vancouver Canucks, Cooper Walker. Seattle picks it up on the far side, plays it to the front of the net, into the slot, tipped wide. Defenseman activates, comes down, puts it in behind the net. Ardston tries to come up with it there, can't. Seattle does well to skate up from behind the net, looking back to the blue line. Stopped up on the blue line, shot to the front of the net. Tipped just high. That one got redirected the last second, maybe 5 feet in front of Kosk and Vuo. Now there's a rugby game in the corner. We got 3 members of the Vancouver Canucks down there. It looks like there might be 3 members of the Kraken as well. The puck is not moving. The referee is telling them to move it. They are absolutely not moving at all, so they are going to blow the whistle. Berard was there, yeah. Yeah. Whistle. Faceoff will be in the Canucks zone. Looks like a longer name than Ostman in using ESPN. I'm using ESPN. Boo, says Thomas. Loving this guy, Ulrichsen. Yes, hell yeah. W Zoe for joining back up. Zoe's like, dope. And then KJ's like, revelations. And then B's like, Calvin, top 10 D in the league for sure, dude. Yeah, I would say the Canucks defense is a top 6 defenseman. Obo Bifo getting thrown out of the draw for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. Jacob Oreskovich comes in and actually wins it. Willander picks it up, puts it over for DPD. He plays a quick pass over for Willander, who now activates, skating in over the zone, ends up losing the puck just inside the blue line. He'll have to hustle back into the zone. DPD's back already. Willander already back in position. The defenseman DPD actually gets washed for a minute there, and the Vancouver Canucks put the puck into the corner. DPD picks it up behind his own net. He'll skate into the corner, flips it off the glass, all the way down into the Seattle blue line. Picked up there by the Vancouver Canucks. They can't make anything of it for a moment. Seattle plays it in behind their own net. Now they flip it all the way out to center ice. Picked up by the Canucks in their own zone. Back into the Seattle zone. Missed that pass there. Vancouver working to try and get the puck back. Can't quite get it though. Patterson back onto the ice. Patterson working behind the net. Puck rung around the boards. Kudratsev activates at the blue line. Ulrichsen's there as well, but Seattle manages to get the puck past both of them. Puck goes all the way down the ice, and that's going to be an icing call as nobody touched it, and the Seattle Kraken need to learn the rules. Can't wait to see a few shifts with Willander and Hughes if it happens. Maybe in the preseason. You might see that Henji in the preseason. Gary Wiseman at Calvin99Charlie. Watching The Simpsons must be a different experience as a native. To the great beyond, fried dope. Yes, it was Gary, laugh out loud. Ricky in the chat, you are cooking on comms, gotta say. Thank you very much, Ricky. I appreciate that, brother. Kudratsev at the point, shot to the front of the net, deflected down low, picked up on the rebound by Ulrichsen. Ulrichsen battling his man, puts it back to the blue line. Kudratsev across the blue line for Sorminio. He flips on net, but ends up getting deflected back. And the Seattle Kraken will put it all the way down the ice for another icing call. That's 2 icing calls in a row. We really need to get some rule books in the chat. Everyone, get your rule books out. Seattle doesn't know what they're doing. That's 2 icing calls in a row. Vancouver will be able to change. Thank you, Ricky, again. I appreciate you. Ode to the shovelers. Yeah, hell yeah. If we didn't have the shovelers, that ice would be shit. Gary! Or Venison. Matt Fogler. Nice job at the play-by-play, dude. Thank you very much, Matt. I appreciate that, my dude. Sup, everyone? Skytrain Elfin in the house! What's up, Skytrain Elfin? Who the fuck had ice cream? Ice cream. Yeah, there's the rule books. Everyone's got the rule books out in chat. Holy cow, Russ sounds like South Park. Shot by Lecker Mackey right into the pads, trying to go 5-hole again. He's really liking the 5-hole these days. Shot by Parker Elkos in front. Spin move! And I can't believe that one was kept out by the Seattle Kraken goaltender, diving back to make sure. And then the puck gets scooped out. Seattle in on the breakaway. Deeks right, and a save by Koskin Vuo as he keeps that out of the net. Puck comes back towards the Seattle line. Good chance there. My goodness. Number 71, Josh Bloom, spinning and falling, and the Seattle goaltender manages to keep it out. Puck comes all the way down the ice, bounces right out in front. Seattle player goes down, actually ends up taking out the Canucks player's legs. Vancouver gets the puck in. Looks like it might be starting to get a little chippy out there. Bodies flying all over the place. Seattle all of a sudden now has a 3-on-2. Puck pass. Can't get past Willander. Good work there by Willander to prevent that play from getting across the slot. Now pass another one across the slot. That one gets missed. And then a reverse hit there by number 95, Kieran Dervin. Canucks bring it out, but Kieran Dervin actually loses the puck. Now it's a 2-on-0 down low after owning pass back and forth, and the puck bounces off the stick. And DPD was not expecting that. Pass out to center. Sherratt puts the puck into the far side corner. Vancouver starts to change. Holy cow. Great save by the rookie Canuck goalie. I mean, if I talk like this. Sometimes I sound like a South Park character. Learn the rules. Learn the rules. Canucks shot goes off the side of the net. Skytrain Alpha, learn the rules. Big Mac, learn the rules. Seattle carrying it out. Now it's a 3-on-1. This game has absolutely opened up. Puck gets bounced back behind the net. Koskin Vuo didn't even know where it was for a moment. but luckily the puck didn't come back out in front. Now the Canucks are moving up. It's a 3-on-2, but they give the puck away just inside the blue line, unfortunately, there. And the puck comes all the way back down to the Canucks zone. Parker Alco's back there to pick it up, puts it back behind the net for number 89. He'll play it behind the net. Jackson Coots then ends up losing it. Now it's flipped out all the way down to the Seattle blue line. Good speed there by the Canucks player, number 83. Canucks will start a change. Seattle tries to take advantage. Parker Alcos has got a backtrack, puts the puck behind his own net. Passed up there to Joe Arnston. Now they come through center ice, Vancouver over the blue line. Pass ends up going behind the net. Obo Bifo puts it in front. Obo Bifo scores! Obo Bifo will give a go play, puts the puck into the corner. Puck comes back to him in front. He's got a gaping net. And Obo Bifo on a beautiful passing play for number 62. Nick Poisson setting up Obo Bifo and the Vancouver Canucks in this second period of taking a 2-1 lead. What a passing play. A give and go out of the corner as the Poisson, Oreskovich, and Obo Bifo line has scored for the Vancouver Canucks. In Pickfetti we trust says, go, go, go. Go Canucks, go. Go Canucks, go. And Hanji is like, go Whale! And then Skytrain Elvis is like, go, 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 go. And Big Mac's like, go, 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 boom, go, 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 go. And then Big Hog's like, go, 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 go. And then Soberto Brochi's like, F yeah! And then Skytrain Alfred's like, go, 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 go. And then Silas Hurd says, hey! And then Skytrain Alfred's like, go, 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 go. And Eric Hunter's like, woohoo! And Akiva Abram, and then Casket Brain's like, go! Fire, turn on your gifted for the first time in chat. I was gifted in Abbotsford Run. I was so happy to sub myself to support this channel. These guys are amazing. What a name. Eric Hunter dropping 10 gifted memberships in chat. Oh my goodness, Eric Hunter. I absolutely appreciate it. That's crazy, brother. Vancouver puts the puck off the glass, down in the Seattle zone. My goodness. Keith is in chat. Welcome back. Keith saying go, 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 go. And Eric Hunter with a 10 gifted memberships. I appreciate you very much, brother. That's insane. And so everyone who's not... Okay, next time there's a commercial break. Don't know hype. Next time there's a commercial break. Oh! Oh, quick whistle from that linesman with number 71 in front, Josh Bloom, getting a good chance, but unfortunately the linesman blew the whistle too soon. All right, so let's quickly, I'm gonna show you guys this. Everyone watch this. Here we go. To enable gifted memberships on YouTube, navigate to the channel's page live stream and click the join button. So click the join button and then the 3 dots. This is really, really small, isn't it? Click the join button and then the 3 little dots to access gift settings. Then toggle allow gifts. If you do this right now, you will receive a gifted membership immediately. And then Japan 4 is just like, Banzai! And then Japan 4 is always like, boom! Bah! Yeah, so anyone who does not have your gifted memberships on right now, make sure you do this. Right below me right now, let's see if I can do this without, let's try it straight. Okay, let's go to my channel. And then we'll go to the live stream. Make sure you do this. Oh, I can't even do it because I am... Alright, I'm gonna try and help you guys get your gifted memberships on here at some point. Yeah, make sure you do that, alright? If you have not turned on your gifted memberships, do that right away. Because you will get a free gifted membership immediately. Calvin 99 Charlie, go, 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 go. Seattle ends up kicking the puck across. We got some soccer going on for a moment there. Willander stops up on the half boards. He turns back into his own zone. He's out there with Arnston now. Arnston plays the puck up the boards, ends up squeaking out to center. Sherratt misses the puck and then loses an edge. He would have had a 2-on-1 there, but ends up picking up the puck and flipping it into the zone. Seattle on the half boards, gives it away. Vancouver skates over center. Cooper Walker in on the forecheck. Jackson Kuntz is there as well. They can't come up with the puck. Puck bounces out through center. Picked up there. Vancouver pass across, dangerous pass across zone. Ends up going a stick and out of play. Hang on, let's see if we can make this work. Cooper Walker in on the... I think I'm already a member. Huh. I think I'm going to have to make a video about how to turn on your gifted memberships. Because right now, anyone out there who does not have you turn on your gifted memberships, and you'll get some. Eric Hunter, I appreciate you, man. That's awesome. That's amazing. And then Big Mac dropping a $1 dono for the swear jar. The Blue Jays game was fucking awesome. Swear jar. $1 into the swear jar. Let's go Canucks. Let's go Canucks. Puck into the Seattle zone. Seattle carries it out over the Canucks blue line. Pass across zone. Good stick there. Vancouver chips it out to center. Puck ends up going all the way into the Seattle zone. Vancouver ends up being the first one on it. Pass out front. Ulrichsen was being checked though. Now Lekkerimäki roughs his man up, takes him down, separates him from the puck. Sorminio plays it up the blue line. Now Lekkerimäki dishes it there for Patterson. Patterson tries to put it across the zone over for Ulrichsen. Oh, they've changed up now, so that's Nick Poisson's come onto the ice. Pass to the front of the net. Now at the blue line, Joel Artston, pass across for Sorminio. Shot to the front of the net. That one gets deflected onto the half boards on the far side. Vancouver skates up the boards. Looks down low. Patterson puts it in front, and the puck squeaks through the goalie, and he manages to cover it up at the last second. Somebody was standing in behind. Oreskovich was in behind the goalie. He said the puck was still loose. He's not happy about that quick whistle once again. Looks like there's been a couple quick whistles. We got 2:55 left to go in this second period of play. The Canucks have taken a lead on a beautiful setup to Oreskovich from Poisson, I believe. Got the assist on that one. And the Vancouver Canucks with 20 shots on goal to 11 for Seattle. Scrambled draw. Seattle comes up with it, pulls it out of the play. They'll play it off the boards. Out to center, stop there. Vancouver spins, plays the puck. Pass, cross zone, into the zone. Obo Bifo cuts to the middle, shot along the ice. Ends up deflecting just wide. He comes back up with it, plays it in behind the net. Puck played in behind the net. Poisson puts it back up there for Aaron Obo Bifo. Now Poisson gets it again, plays it down in behind the net. Oreskovich plays it down for Obo Bifo. Obo Bifo looks and loses the puck, fans on the pass, looking for Willander, I think, and ends up giving it away. Josh Bloom now moves in on the forecheck. Seattle plays the puck around the boards. Vancouver completing a change now. Sherratt onto the ice as well. Seattle plays the puck up to their own blue line. They'll skate over center. After scoring that first goal in this period, they really tapered off. The Vancouver Canucks have ramped things up here, getting a lot of shots. DPD back to pick up the puck in his own zone. He looks up, passes all the way out to the blue line. Josh Bloom tips it in. In behind the net. Spinning in the corner. Gabriel Sherratt plays it over for Bloom. Bloom shoots it on net, ends up going off of a skate and wide. Played back in behind the net. Josh Bloom in on the forecheck. Loses his, ends up missing his man. Seattle skates out, ends up fanning on the pass, but the Vancouver Canuck player, Willander, ends up tipping it back to the Seattle player, and the Seattle player couldn't handle that puck. Otherwise, he would have had a good pass right across the slot. Puck in front, jamming away. Koskinen keeps it out, and Vancouver Canucks manage to pick it up and start skating out through center ice. Puck gets flipped back down in the Canucks zone. Seattle picks it up there, cuts to the middle. And then DPD with a good footwork there. Plays it over for his defensive partner, Artston. Out to center, number 79. Plays it up. Ben Berard loses it. Arnston plays it up to the blue line. Berard now takes the puck away from his man on the half boards, far side. Play the puck down the ice into the Seattle zone. They'll play pass in their own zone. Comes back to Artston. He'll flip it up to the blue line. Vancouver skates through center now. Looks like they're going to start a change. Ulrichsen with a sharp angle shot ends up going wide off the boards. Comes all the way back down into his own zone. Good hit there by Kudratsev. He separates his man. Now Ulrichsen plays it out. Puts it down low into the Seattle zone. Now he wraps his man up in the corner. Patterson, Riley comes up, picks it up. And he ends up giving it back away to the Seattle Kraken. They'll skate through center over the blue line. Shot to the front of net. Cosmin Buell with a blocker save. Puck comes back all the way out, deflects all the way out to center where it gets picked up there by Ulrichsen. Ulrichsen's going to dump the puck in behind, and that's the end of the period there. We have finished up the second period of play here. 2-1, the Canucks lead in Seattle. Let's update this scoreboard into the second intermission. Hey, that is updated. Okay, so what are we doing here? So on Nothing is Perfect, I'm Russ Holiday. I'm your host for the day. Let's kill the sound on this for now. I'm going to show you guys what is something we do here on Nothing is Perfect. So we are going to be live here for every single Vancouver Canucks game all season long. We are getting spoiled today, and I should mention this. Unfortunately, we are not going to be able to do what we're doing today all the time. So I won't be showing the game here every single one, but when I can, I will show you guys the game. But we have been live for every single game. We were live for every single game last year. We were there all the way to the Calder Cup finals. We got our Calder Cup trophy here. We got all the names of the various players that won the Calder Cup last year. So we're here for that. So make sure you hit that sub button. Make sure you hit that like button. Because we're going to be live during every single Vancouver Canucks game this year. So, one thing that we like to do here on Nothing is Perfect is I like to feature other videos from other channels because I am a consumer of Vancouver Canucks media. I love it. I watch it. Canucks Army, Kempner Canucks, Jake's Takes Hockey, DNRHD, Nuck Memes, all of it. The Blue Line Hockey, the Hockey Guy, Canuck Clay, I love it all. And when I see a good video about the Vancouver Canucks, I like to feature it. So I'll reach out to that channel and I will ask them if it's okay for me to use their video. I always make sure that they're okay with me using their video. So today we're going to be featuring a video from a channel called Scouching. So this is a guy, his name is Will. He runs this channel. It's called Scouching. As you can see, he's got a bunch of he's got a video about prospect pyramids. So this is him explaining what a prospect pyramid is. There's the Buffalo Sabres. There's the New York Islanders. He's got tons and tons of videos, right? If you want to know what's happening in a prospect pool, this is the guy you want to check out. So Scouching, I've got a link in the description to his channel. So make sure you go check him out. He's got some really, really cool stuff. But we are going to be featuring one of his videos today. Back to the bar. So without further ado, I wanted to play the Vancouver Canucks Scouching video, and it is the Vancouver Canucks playoff prospect pyramid. So without further ado, here is Scouching's Vancouver Canucks playoff. Take two. Cut. Vancouver Canucks playoff pyramid from Scouching. Enjoy.
Alright, it's Vancouver Canucks time. Welcome back to Scouching's NHL Prospect Pipeline series. There's a really interesting group of players here for Vancouver. They have been in and out of the draft over the last little while, but through it all and drafting around the middle of the first round a lot of the time, I think they've done a decent job adding some really intriguing players that should be able to help this team become more relevant over time, at least I hope. There's nobody really in the franchise or the core tiers for me, but there's a few really solid solid options in the depth category. Leading the way, I wanted to say the other Elias Pettersson is in here, and this is not really necessarily because I feel like he's this massive steal that's going to be a huge role player for this team, but he did crack the NHL roster here and there this year, and from what I saw, I don't think he looked that out of place. This is a guy who I could definitely see being a bottom pair, sort of minutes-eating guy who maybe isn't the flashiest dude in the world, but he's pretty big and skates pretty well and keeps things relatively simple and safe, and I think is a pretty good example of the type of player that maybe I need to value a little more in the draft. It's just a matter of, as always, where you draft these types of players. But Pettersson has come along faster than I expected based on what I remember, and he has worked his way up into this tier. However, we'll see where he is if Vancouver becomes a playoff team anytime soon, and if he is an everyday player when the team is in that position. But the three other guys here probably shouldn't surprise anyone. Jonathan Lekaramaki, Tom Willander, and Braden Coots. I've knocked Lekaramaki down a peg. He's getting a little bit older for the pipeline here, and I just haven't seen the results at the NHL level that really give me any more confidence that there's a really high-end overall NHL player there, but a very good goal scorer who could be an excellent complementary scorer in the NHL night in, night out as soon as this season. I could very easily see that. There just is a lot of things with guys that score a lot of goals and don't have a whole lot of assists where as you pay attention you notice maybe why that might be, and I think Lekaramaki has always been one of those players, but I do think he could be a player in the NHL that does do that, but in a good way, scores a bunch of goals, and maybe is a bit one-dimensional or maybe a little bit limited, but you love having him on the team regardless. Tom Willander is a guy that I've also always really liked. I don't think I would have drafted him as high as Vancouver took him, but a solid middle-of-the-lineup defenseman he absolutely could be. I'm not sure if it'll be as soon as this season, but I guess you could say there are some job openings on the defensive group for the Vancouver Canucks this year, potentially. I think Willander is a player who I took a lot of flack for my thoughts on Axel Sandin-Pellikka in the Detroit video, and I go back to the World Juniors this year, and all eyes were on Axel Sandin-Pellikka, and in the offensive zone, that's for good reason. But I think Tom Willander is a really good example of a player that plays off of a player like Axel Sandin-Pellikka extremely well. He's not the most offensively daring and confident, crazy offensive defenseman that you've ever seen, but he does have that skating ability, a skill level to him, a relative ability of getting around the ice, chipping in at both ends that just elevates the abilities of those guys like an Axel Sandin-Pellikka. And I think at the World Juniors, if you took Tom Willander away from Sandin-Pellikka, he probably would have played really well, and if you took Sandin-Pellikka away from Willander, I think there's a little bit of a risk that you might open yourself up to some defensive gaps when your line is out there. But again, they're both very good players, but I think Willander could be a really solid everyday NHLer. And I think the same thing about Braden Coots, who they just drafted this past summer. I've really liked Braden Coots. In all honesty, he was one of the better defensive workhorse centers in this entire draft class to me. I think this was a draft class filled with guys that may very well turn out to be third-line centers, and considering some of these players went 4th, 5th, top 10, to get Braden Coots where they did, who may very well have a similar ceiling, even if he is a little bit smaller than those other players, I think is a great pickup. I think his offense was better than his points might indicate since his team kind of struggled to generate offense. There were some really good creative moments offensively. I thought his under 18 was really good. So I think this group of 4 players at the very least should be everyday NHL players for Vancouver. I might be the least optimistic about an Elias Pettersson, but based on what I saw last year, I could easily see it. There's a lot of interesting players in the maybes category too. I really loved the pickups of guys like Matthew Lansing, even a Kieran Durbin this year. Sawyer Minio had a really solid season in the WHL, but I still am not sure about everyday NHL output. I liked the Gabe Sherratt pickup, all things considered. Maybe not the most incredible player, but based on what I saw post-draft, an interesting pickup to say the least. Ty Young had a very successful year in the East Coast League in net. Alexei Medvedev has always been a goaltender this season that I've liked watching. I would expect him to play a lot of games for the London Knights this year, and we'll see how that goes, but overall, I'm not totally sure about all of these guys being everyday NHLers. Aatu Ratu is in here, and I do feel like there definitely is an NHL player there somewhere, but it's gonna really come down to coaching or the system you want to deploy, because I feel like he's just a player that's too good and too successful in the AHL right now, but still just kind of struggles to find a role in the NHL that really works. But similar to a guy like Pettersson, whenever I saw Ratu play for the Canucks this year, I thought he looked pretty solid. He might not be the top 6 guy people thought when he was 15, 16 years old, but I do still feel like you really don't want to throw him out with the trash at this point. If he's a guy that ends up on waivers, I would probably take a swing on him and see what he can do at the bottom end of a lineup, work his way up, because I think there's some good stuff there, and we'll see how this year goes for him. In the everyone else category, there's not a whole lot I really want to go over. For my definition of a prospect, Kukaskinvuo is reaching the end of the timeline, but he had a pretty solid year in college hockey last year. I've liked Kirill Kudryavtsev's output. He cracked the NHL a little bit here and there, but I don't think he's a long-term mainstay in the NHL. There's still maybe some hope for guys like Danila Klimovich, but I'm not betting on it. I've never been a huge fan of him, but he is a capable goal scorer, and he's doing an okay job in the AHL right now. I do like the guys down at the back end that they've got. Basil Sansonens and Parker Alkos are 2 guys that I've always just enjoyed watching. I feel like they're maybe these guys that have a really solid style of play, but just can't quite hang in the NHL, but they might have a career similar to a guy like an Elias Pettersson, where they just take little baby steps over and over, but always positive ones, and end up depth NHLers. But I think these guys still have a longer way to go than a guy like Pettersson did at this age, but solid players. I've always liked watching them, even if they aren't the flashiest guys around or the highest end potential players. So the Vancouver Canucks are going to be another one of these teams this year who get a 2A. I think all things considered, top to bottom, there's just a lot of solid players here. I don't think there's a lot of really high-end potential steals, enormous value picks that they've made over the years, but I do think that there is a group of players here somewhere that can round out the roster for the Vancouver Canucks pretty well. They've got a couple of interesting goaltending prospects, and overall, considering this is a team that has been a bubble-ish team or a really good team a couple of years ago, they haven't drafted super high very often, and I think all things considered, they've come away with about what you could expect for teams with a mid-first round draft pick. Solid, middle of the lineup players, maybe some decent swings later on, but this is also a team that hasn't drafted a whole lot recently, so we'll see how it goes for them. But all things considered, interesting group, and definitely some interesting ones that might graduate as soon as this year. And with that, we're going to call it. If you liked the video, definitely like and subscribe. If you really liked it, definitely consider a subscription over at scouting.ca, where you can get access to all kinds of fun data tools and our Discord server, and plenty of other fun stuff that you're just not going to find anywhere else on the internet. So check that out at scouting.ca. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Just like that. So, video from Scouching. Go check them out. I got a link in the description for you. So let's quickly have a look there too. So let's quickly review everything he just talked about. I can make that bigger. Does that make it easier to see? Yeah, I think so. So we got DPD, Braden Coots, Jonathan Leckmerke, and Tom Willander. So essentially what he's saying, which I do kind of agree with, the Canucks don't have that like Macklin Celebrini, Connor Bedard. Oh shit, is Patrick Alvin in chat? Do you guys see this? Patrick, okay, so I'm going to take Wander Franco and put him in the NHL and put him as 2C. Sound good? Who's Wander Franco? Patrick Alvin in the chat, everyone. We got the GM of the Vancouver Canucks here. Leckmerke, Tom Willander. So these are all players I feel like are NHL players. And will probably do really well. And then you got the next tier down here. Lansing, Minio, Medvedev, Sherratt, Ratu, Durbin, and Ty Young. Got 2 goalies in here. So it looks like the Canucks goaltending future is looking good. And then we've got, well, it looks like you can't see the bottom ones here.
College hockey.
So let's see. Oh, yeah, there you go. Now you can see the whole thing. So this is his actual channel here. So you got Bjork, who they just drafted this year. Klimovich, who is a player who's been playing in the AHL for quite a few years. Big framed guy from Belarus. Sansones is a guy that doesn't get a lot of talk. He's a Swiss player. He's a defenseman. He actually ended up playing for the Swiss. He played in the World Juniors for Switzerland. And I believe he was playing at the World Championship as well for Switzerland. So a very serviceable guy, a big boy too. Koskin-Vuo, Parker Alkos, Riley Patterson, Anthony Romani, a guy who's not playing today as well, who has been absolutely lighting up the the OHL. Vilmer Ulrichsen, Aiden Celebrini, Perkins, Mueller, Kudratsev, Josh Bloom. So there is, he's essentially saying these guys are probably going to make the NHL. These guys might make the NHL, and these guys are kind of a longer shot to make the NHL. But at the end of the day, I do really feel like this video was pretty accurate. So yeah, like I said, make sure you go and check out my man Scouching here on YouTube. There's a link in the description. Really great channel. He's got great analysis. So that's something we do here on Nothing is Perfect. We like to show you guys some of the other channels and what they're doing. If I can find a great video to show you guys, then I'm going to show it to you. And it was nice enough to say yes for me to come and show his video today. So before the game gets started again, let's hop back and chat, because we haven't had as much time to chat. I'm sure he knows. If it's turned on, you may just have to wait for another chance. I think we are all JK. Phil the Thrill. That could lead to a goat song. Goit song. My grace is sufficient for you, Saul Paul. Infection mode. Okay, I will pop in when the playoffs and regular season start. But from now on, I'm a go. I'll be back. Bye. See you later, infection mode. McTavish. Eric Hunter. This is a great clip. Yeah, isn't it? Eric Hunter, you know. Saskatoon Tunes. In Pick for Your Trust. I think EP40 is a great 2C. Go find a 1C now at Patrick Alvine. Later, Rec Bunny fan. No, Patrick, you're too old. No, Patrick, too old. Not a good fit. Interesting idea, Prickfetti. KP. Laval and McTavish. Judge not unless you be judged. KP's like thumbs up. Prickfetti, I agree. We need a 1C actually, because PD is a 2C or even a 3C if he doesn't improve. Multi-layered, multitasking with baggage. That's what's happening. Go down on McMoney and see if you get him for 11.6 mil. Patrick, have you ever considered JT Miller? T pair BTM pair is manned by bottom pair is manned by Forbort, DPD, Mancini, rotating in and out. Wellander number one in Abbey until he's undeniable. Actually, T, that is probably the most reasonable take on what's going to happen with the Canucks defenseman. But yeah, I think that's probably what it's going to end up being. This is a huge monitor just saying, we will never replace JT, but we have to go younger with speed and toughness with real proven grit. Maybe Major, says Patrick Alvine. Mike Torrance, let us rob the Sens of Pinto. Yeah. Shane Pinto would be a good addition to this team, I think. No dictator taters. Calvin 99 Charlie, I wish, but then we won't have enough to sign Hughes next season. Yeah. We're moving on. Still questions with PD. Yep. We do still have questions about PD. I agree. Major Miller would be our best option. Jack Hughes, question mark. Kevin K, this guy sounds like he needs a McDavid, Bedard, or Celebrity to have something positive to say. KP, we traded our 1C. 1Cs don't grow on trees. But anyways, McTavish could be a B3. Then could B3 the one. Could be the one. Okay, there we go. Not too many 1C choices. Thomas, laugh out loud. Adam S, how does this guy watch enough hockey to know all the team's prospects? I think that's literally all he does. I mean, that's the thing. He's got 10,000 subscribers, right? So if he's getting, right, like he's getting views on all of his videos, 3.6 thousand, 1,000, 2.2 thousand, right? So for example, this Canucks video probably made him about $30. Like he probably made about $30 off that video, I'd say. And then all these other videos, like these two videos together, that's another $15, right? So here's another $30. Here's another $15. There's another $15. So at the end of the day, I think it's volume. But if you can literally just sit there and watch hockey, then man, you're set. Tillo95, thoughts on Matthew Lansing? He's a bit of a long shot, I think. But I think he's got some upside. Let's bring up his profile here for you guys. Matthew Lansing, playing in the NCAA in the 25-26 season. He is 18th overall. He was drafted this year, 207th overall by the Vancouver Canucks. Hardworking forechecker, advertisements, with some power forward elements. Lansing has the profile of a strong defensive forward. He drives the net while fending off back pressure, sets up chances from the cycle, and gets to the net. A hardworking defensive player. He's always getting above the puck and angling out attacks. So this is a guy who is still going to be playing in the NCAA, but not getting bad numbers, right? Like playing in the USHL, he's got 37 points in 40 games. He's got 8 points in for the at the U18 World Championship, right? All right, and just like that, play is back underway. Dijon Mustard, McKenna. Let's get that off the screen, and here we are. Back underway. Let's put some sound back on for you so you can hear the play in the background. Van Albio Patrick, Make Myers head coach. Footy. Put footy on D. All right. Seattle controls the puck in the zone. Trying to play it to the middle. Can't do it though. DPD in behind his own net. Fends off a player. Plays it up for Ulrichsen. Ulrichsen bobbles the puck. Recollects it. Puts it out to center for Riley Patterson. Riley Patterson plays it across for Lekermacki, but that gets intercepted. Seattle skates up to their blue line, passes across, and they'll get to center and dump it all the way in. Puck gets rung around the board. Kudratsev stops it there, brings it around the boards. Seattle picks it up, plays it across the blue line, shot to the front of the net, goes wide. Another shot from a very sharp angle. That one goes right through the crease, off the corner boards, and ends up bouncing out to center. Oh. Vancouver drives it out to center. 2-on-1 down low. Oh, and the pass gets tipped away at the last second there from the Vancouver player. Otherwise, that would have been a good chance. That play came kind of out of nowhere. Pass up to center. Seattle tips it in. Comes around the net. Stopped there by Koskin-Vuo. Up the board. Seattle stops it before it exits the zone, but the defenseman there ends up working hard, and it looks like it's a hand pass. So a hand pass there. So the whistle's blown, and the faceoff will be just outside the Canucks blue line, I believe. Canucks will change. Seattle will change. And here we are in the second period of play. Oh, the third period of play. Oh my God, I haven't even updated the scoreboard. This is what happens. Third period of play. Dijon Mustard, true Canucks fan here. Tank for McKenna, laugh out loud. He's Yukon Gold! Laugh out loud. Jennifer, hello from the road. Are you texting, are you watching on your trip up the Coquihalla? Brandon Robbins, fat bong rip of that BC Bud. Chilla 95, a Chicago fan though. Well, hopefully I get something, says Fire Beast. Rod from Kamloops in the chat. What's up, Rod? Go Canucks. Canucks in. Fanned on the shot. Picked back up. Played down low. Kudratsev puts it down low. DPD puts it in behind the net. Josh Bloom tries to put it back to DPD. Ends up getting deflected off his skate. And Seattle picks it up. And they'll put it back down the ice. Kudratsev picks it back up. Puts it over for Berard. Berard stops up. Puts it down low. Vancouver moves in on the forecheck, brings it out front, comes up with the puck, drives it out front. Good chance there. Seattle goaltender was up to the task. Seattle controlling their own zone. They'll start a change. Up to the Canucks blue line. Big hit there by DPD, putting his man right to the ground. DPD lets the puck go. Looks like is he wincing a bit, DPD? No, he looks like he's all right. But it looks like he might be... Oh, and that's a high shot. Went right over DPD's head. DPD takes the puck in the middle. Plays it across. Ends up getting outside the blue line. And Oreskovich ends up working it down into the Seattle zone. They'll pick it up there. And they'll play catch in their own zone. Seattle plays it up to the Canucks blue line. Tipping it in. Skating down the half boards on the near side. Into the corner. Skates in behind the net. Kudratsev does well to pinch him off. Soyerminio follows up. Plays the puck out to Patterson. Passes over Regreskovich. Poisson Shot to the front of the net. The Canucks score! That line of Poisson or Reskovich ends up putting it into the back of the net. The Vancouver Canucks have taken a 3-1 lead early in this third period of play. And it looks like the man who finished off was Riley Patterson out there with a couple different line mates. So Riley Patterson out there with a Reskovich and Poisson out there together. In Pick Freddy We Trust, donating 5 gifted memberships. Woo, says Andrew. 5 gifted memberships, that's crazy. Thank you very much, In Pick Freddy We Trust. Anyone who doesn't have their gifted memberships turned on. Vancouver, shot to the front of the net. Ulrichsen couldn't pick up the rebound. He picks it up in the corner. Tries to play it down low. Like Patterson's still out there working hard in the corner. Works it free for Lekermacki. Back to the blue line for Sawyer Minio. Vilmer Ulrichsen puts it to the front of the net. That deflects off of a leg. Arnstead skates down in the corner, plays the puck back to the blue line. Patterson plays it dangerously across the blue line. He's now covering for a defenseman. And the Seattle Kraken get a good shot on net. Looks like Koskavuo got a piece of it with his stick and ends up deflecting it wide. Now the Canucks are battling on the half boards. Arnstead played the puck into the middle with some time and space. Shot goes wide and the puck bounces in the corner. All the time in the world for that Seattle player, ends up shooting it wide. Now they try and play it in front, ends up getting blocked by Sawyer Minio. Canucks are a little scrambled right now. Eric Hunter, a major minor gifting 10 memberships. Eric Hunter gifting another 10 memberships. You guys are crazy. This is crazy. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Koskavuo ends up covering up the puck. Hunter high! 15-19 left to go in the third period of play. Okay, so I've just confirmed Dustin won't be able to make it for the post game because this game is moving very quickly. There is no advertisements and stuff like that, so it's moving a little too quick. So Dustin won't be back for the post game show, but he will be back for another Rusty and Dusty Sideshow when we go live for the first preseason game. Canucks moving into the zone, trying to play the cross for Dervin. Dervin ends up losing the puck, but good work there by Sherratt to work it into the front of the net, deflecting. Kudratsev manages to keep it in right at the blue line. Play across the zone. Dervin can't handle that one. Puck deflects in the corner. Sherratt puts it over for Dervin. Dervin can't pick it up. Now Seattle skates it out of the zone. He gets stopped up at the blue line. Sherratt throws a hit, and then he'll go for a change. Canucks skating up to it at the Seattle blue line. Good work there by Dervin. Harassing that Seattle player all the way back down to his own end. Ends up hooking him a little bit. Another player bashes him down. Another hit taken. That player was skating all the way from his own zone, taking abuse all left, right, and center, but couldn't quite get it. Now the Seattle Kraken are offside, so they're going to have to tag up. Lanky32 becomes a member once again. 7 months as a member. Thank you very much, Lanky32. I appreciate that. So it looks like everyone that can get a member, get a free membership has gotten one. That's crazy. Connie screams, Canucks charge! Poison is a good band. Casket Brain, yeah. Sharon Purse. Just found your channel. Great stuff. Go Canucks from Australia. Hey, how's it going, Sharon Pierce? Got a few Australia fans here in the chat. Great to see. Who's in net for us, Russ? It's Koskavuo. Koskavuo. Alexei Koskavuo. Puck to the front of the net. Vancouver picks it up. Cooper Walker skates out of the zone. He gets the center. He'll chip it into the zone. Keith with a go, 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 go. Hunter hype! Kind of late game. Kind of late in the game there. Bro Eric is dropping his nuts on the table. Canucks pick it up. Obo Bifo. Good tip there by the other Canuck player. Poisson puts it up to the blue line, gets intercepted. Seattle moves back the other way. Morrison moves in. Plays the puck in behind the Canucks net. Stopped there by Sawyer Minio. Seattle goes for a change. Vancouver has some time. Bad pass there, but Bifo skates onto it. Now pass back to the Canucks zone. Up to the Seattle blue line. They're going north-south, north-south. Oreskovich puts it down low. Bifo trying to skate onto it. Can't get to the puck first. Seattle works it up the boards to the near side. They'll chip it out to center. Sawyer Minio picks it up there. He'll flip it over to the far side. Bifo at center, rips the puck in, down behind the net. That'll get stopped up behind the net for the Seattle Kraken. They'll start skating out, and the Vancouver Canucks will complete a change. Got the top line out now with Patterson. Pedersen stops that one from getting in front of the net. Kraken try and play it back in. Lekramacky battling hard to get the puck, ends up working it back into his own zone. Koskinen-Vuo, a little bit of a miscommunication there, but no harm, no foul. Pass out. Nobody there. Ends up getting intercepted by Seattle. Another bad pass. Vancouver takes advantage. Tom Willander shot goes wide of the net on the far side. Lekramacky plays it in behind the net. Ulrichsen skates onto it. Up to the half boards. Stops. Plays the puck down the half boards. Gets checked. Lekramacky comes in to help out. Seattle with some speed coming out of their own zone. Stops up just inside the blue line. Play across the blue line. Speed coming down into the zone. In behind the net. Back up to the blue line, down the far boards, pass across the zone into the slot, blocked by on the one-timer shot. Now Ulrichsen plays the puck across for DPD. DPD flips it high out to center. And Doodle Hockey in the chat. Truly fantastic job the last couple days for coffee. Ah! Thank you for the 279 Doodle Hockey. Ah! We always got to show the muscles off, you know? Vancouver in their own zone, plays it out to center. Just gets out of the reach of Sherratt. Puck comes back into the zone. Arnston plays it up to center. Josh Bloom into the zone. Good move through his man. Turns up in the corner. Looks back. Tries to put it down low. Ends up losing it up on the half boards. And then runs into his own man. Seattle bring it in over the blue line. Pass across the blue line. Back to the front of the net and chipped in. A one-timer, a little tip shot. Shot to the front of the net, tipped in. And the Seattle Kraken have made it a one-goal game, making it 3-2 here in the third period. A little bit of a bad play up the ice by the Vancouver Canucks, running into each other, giving up the puck. And then the puck came all the way back down in their own zone. And Seattle has made it a one-goal game, just like that. Boo, Kraken! And Giagreasy. Kai Yeotan. Boo! Welcome, Kai. Nice to see ya. Jennifer's like, yikes. Colin Whitehead, what about Ratu with PD, Kane Besser, and Hughes as power play? You might see that. Boo! Calvin's out here trying to start the wave. Calvin 99 Charlie. Woo! Woo! Caskerbrain, hope not a repeat of last night's game. I know, we were up 3-1 in the third period. It's an exact replica. Seattle plays the puck to the middle over their own blue line. Good stick check there by Vancouver. Ends up, DPD picks it up, plays it over for Sawyer Minio. They can't get it out of the zone. Puck comes right in front. DPD taking another high shot off. The puck going right over his head. A little scary there. Here we go again. Don't do this like yesterday. Shot at a sharp angle, ends up getting tipped wide. Now Calvin, Impic Freddy who trusts is doing the wave. Calvin's got the wave going again. From my hubby's recommendation. Thank you, hubby. I appreciate you sending Kai my way. Is your hubby in chat? What's his name? Puck down into the Seattle zone. Back up to center. All the way to the blue line. Chipped in. Seattle skates onto it. Looking to the middle. Skating all the way around the zone. Loop-de-loop. Puck shot to the front of the net. Deflects wide into the corner. Now another shot from the face-off dot. Puck bouncing around. What a save by Koskinen-Vuo with that toe going across, and he covers it with his toe. What an absolutely amazing save. That might be the save of the game because that one was labeled for the far post. He sprawled out, got his toe, and covered the puck. What an absolutely beautiful save there by Koskinen with just over 10 minutes left to go in this third period. That could have quite easily been the tying goal here halfway through this third period, but Koskinen said, no! 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 Dark Helmet. Oh, I love that name. It's like a, is that a Spaceballs reference? Chilo 95, why do we struggle against Seattle so much? I will say this, we struggle more against Utah. Pro Roblox gamer starting a clap. See how Sasson does as well. I think Max and Baines will get a good look early in the season. Yeah, it's very possible. Very possible. I mean, Sasson has got the speed, right, Dijon? And Baines, I feel like he has gotten better every year we've had him. So you never know. Kevin Choi, go Canucks go. Thanks for the play-by-play on the Prospects game. Vancouver living in Seattle. Thank you, Kevin Choi. KP Canucks found their game. Ratu and Bluger will be our face-off guys. I don't know about Bluger, Gary. Bluger scares me on the face-off dot. Doodle hockey hot. Curtis P. Coots is not playing. He was kept out for precautionary measures. So he is not playing tonight, unfortunately, Curtis. Ratu will get the job this year. Yep. Yeah, it was a nice setup. Mike Torrance, I hate to admit it. We need Ratu's face-offs. Ratu has won C, says T. Bob Bluger, Club 16, y'all. Shot! Another big save by Koskinen, keeping his team in. Another play to the front of the net on a one-timer. Tip shot from the side. Back to the blue line. Shot to the front of the net. Koskinen directs that one to the side as well. Now the Seattle Kraken pressing here to try and tie this game up in the third period. Can you believe they made an emoji based on Russ's bicep? Ah! Ah! Pretty accurate, eh? Like it's right there, eh? It's my bartender arms. Ah! Oh, puck goes all the way down the ice. The Canucks have iced the puck. Yeah, Koskinen keeping the Canucks in this game after a couple beauty saves here. 9:43 left to go in this period. The shots are now 24-18. So after only having about 11 shots through 2 periods, the Seattle Kraken now have 7 shots in this third period through 10 minutes. Vancouver Canucks have about 5 through this first half of the third period, but the Seattle Kraken are definitely turning things on after kind of sitting down and laying back in the second period of play. Gee, I haven't noticed Jake O'Brien. Nothing like a Canucks player. Nothing like a Canucks game without a third period meltdown. Oh, another blocked. That was DPD sprawling out to block that pass, or that shot from getting in the front of the net. Vancouver works it up the boards. DPD still there. Patterson's theirs as well. Ulrichsen working his man over. Puck comes to the other side. Who was that? Leckermacki throwing his weight. Ends up separating it. Willander through. Dishes for Patterson. Patterson puts it back for Willander. Willander gets a backhander that goes off the side of the net. Thomas. Hornbrook. $2 dono. Me. This is your third super on the live stream. Thank you very much, Thomas. I appreciate the $2 dono. Shout out to Mr. Thomas. Keith is saying we're going to win 4-2. The Pro Roblox gamer says, we got this, boys. Oh, pass to the blue line and a shot there. Swallowed up by the Seattle goaltender. As I hear the goaltender for Seattle likes to swallow. Puck's up. Kevin got a gifted. Kevin. Oh my God. Did a gifted sub actually go out? We got so many gifted subs just sitting here waiting for people to get it. Review. There it is. Yeah, Kevin K getting a gifted membership. We don't know who it's from though. But if you haven't turned on gifted memberships, make sure you do that. Eric Hunter. That's what happens when you try too hard. Yeah, he was trying too hard there. Ratu for sure has my confidence. Yeah, I agree with you, Todd. Puck in behind the net. Vancouver digs it out. Skating in the corner, turns back, goes in behind the net, looks back to the blue line, bank pass to Arnstead. Puck in front, ends up getting deflected back, comes out of the zone. Vancouver collects it there. You're gonna have to wait a second. Once they tag up, they move back in. Trying to get the puck back from behind the net. Pinched in by the Vancouver defenseman. Works it back down low. Vancouver comes up with it there. Gets double teamed though. Kuntz picks it up. He stops in the corner. Flips to the front of the net. Puck comes way up in the air. Puck can't get picked up by the goaltender for Seattle. And then eventually, once the puck drops to the net, he ends up getting it with big Ben Berard, 6-foot frame, 192 pounds from Duncan, BC in front, waiting for that puck. Hoping we can give some big hits for Coots. Yeah. And Gary Wiseman's like, sea creatures versus sea creature. And then Zoe's like, yo ho ho, and a bottle of rum. Todd Peterson, are you sure in Ratu you trust? Ratu on the PP1 to take the draw and set up Petey or Hughes for a shot with Kane and Besser to go to the net. Huh. Seattle brings the puck in, loses it, grabs a high puck, play across the zone. Ulrichsen skates it out, banks it off the board. Slackermacky skates onto the puck, looks across, bouncing puck, couldn't get a clean pass across. He had both Patterson and Ulrichsen going to the net. Patterson leaves it for Ulrichsen. He wasn't expecting that, and then he had a referee in the way, so he couldn't make a pass down low. Seattle picks up after a bit of a awkward play, and they'll skate out, and they come in offside after the Seattle player carrying the puck made an extra move right at the blue line, putting his teammate offside. Flashing the leather, says Adam S. Jennifer, just arrived in PG. Ah, PG, eh? You went all the way up to the Prince George? I thought you were just going to Penticton or something. Ian Prickfire, you trust? Swear jar, swear jar, swear jar. Todd Peterson, yep, I got faith in the little dog if the big dogs make room. Humongous. He's why they traded Shilovs. I mean, that's the thing. Both these goalies have looked really good. Koskin, Vio, and Medvedev have both looked good in these games. Both very athletic goalies. Yeah, so Koskin Vio is a Finnish guy playing in the NCAA. He's 6'4", so he's probably closer to being ready because he's 22. And then Medvedev is 6'2", and he's only 18 years old. Vancouver plays the puck up. Somebody... Oh, the referee got hit there, I think. Puck gets played in down low. Seattle's goaltender stops it back there. Back up to their own blue line. They'll skate through center, and they'll get there and flip the puck down. Ends up in the near side corner. Willander picks it up there. He'll play it over for Berard. Berard plays it up. Pass across the zone. Skated onto by Arnstead. Arntzen. Seattle picks it up though, and they'll skate out. Pass a little ahead of his intended target. Seattle skates onto it, but then gets mauled by Willander. Willander now gets put in a headlock on the boards. He's literally got him in a full headlock. His chin strap has come loose, but he didn't lose his helmet. Otherwise, the player might have gotten a penalty for taking off Willander's helmet. Arnston loses the puck, but his teammate is there to pick it up. Gives the puck away in front, and the puck gets deflected just wide. It almost looks like the Arnston got his stick on that and almost deflected in his own net. Pass up the boards. Berard plays it across the entire zone and then gets it out to center. Vancouver can't get it deep, but Seattle will take a minute as they're changing, and so is Vancouver. Training camp bound. Very cool, Jennifer. I'm very jealous that you get to go over to training camp. In my NHL 25, Bluey kills it in the face-offs. Bluger, eh? Huge time, Canuck fans. And then... it's a spicy meatball! That's, I think, what that was, eh, KJ Brazy? Seattle plays the puck up the boards on the near side, back to the blue line, across the blue line, down low into the other corner, back up to the blue line, playing the perimeter, skating across, dropping it, pucked away. Oreskovich, partial break, deep to the backhand, shoots, and the Seattle goaltender stay with him. Pass back in front. Obobivo plays it over for Oreskovich. Oreskovich gets another shot on net. Seattle's goaltender's up to the task with a couple good chances after a good play at the blue line by Oreskovich. Puck goes all the way down the ice. Kudratsev was there. First one to the puck, and it's going to be an icing call with Seattle icing the puck. Puck's going to come all the way back down into their zone. But a couple good play from the two Vancouver Giants. Oreskovich, Obobivo, doing some good work there. My goodness, a couple good chances. Partial break and a good play to stay with the puck under him. I got my subs on, but still hoping to get lucky. Great shift. Pro Roblox Gamer is predicting a 4-2 win for the Canucks. Sometimes if you leave chat and come back, you can get one like that too. Yeah. Oh, Neil Foster. Too evil. 666 viewers. Satan. Hail Satan. Hail Satan. Hail Satan. Anyone a Tenacious D fan out here? Oh my goodness. Yeah, so icing call. So the Canucks are going to get a face-off in the Canucks, in the Seattle zone. Looks like there's a delay because Seattle tried to make a change. Oh, now they're pretending like they need a new stick or something. So this icing call is now being ruined by Seattle. I don't know why the referees are letting them get away with this because the face-off should be dropped. Wow, good job, refs. Way to control those players. So now Seattle has broken the rules and gotten a rest regardless. Release the beast. Leave the live and come back. It sometimes bypasses the randomness. Yeah. Close it and then open it. Nicole Helen. This isn't the greatest game in the world. It's just a tribute. Vancouver works the puck out. Now they're offside, so they'll have to tag up. Lekramaki loses the puck at the blue line. Seattle walking the blue line. Stopping, playing it across. Puck bounces, gets down low. This isn't the greatest game in the world. It's just a tribute. Seattle picking the puck in their own zone. I haven't even drank this. By the way, too evil. $700 people in chat. Please like and subscribe. Thank you to everyone for being here. Yes, thank you very much, Big Mac. Canucks play the puck out. Chipping the puck in. Puck bounces back out to center. Pass across the zone. Seattle flips it down low. Ends up with Will Ender in the corner. He gets the puck first. Chips it up the boards. Vancouver trying to get it out of the zone, but Seattle keeps it in. Now plays it across the blue line to the near side. Shot goes well wide, bounces off the end boards. Looks like he was maybe looking for a bank play off the boards, but ends up not working out. DPD runs his man in the numbers. That's going to be a penalty there, yeah. DPD puts his hands right into a man's number, drives him head first into the boards, and that's going to be a boarding call. Big man DPD going to the box. Unfortunately, you can't do that. Rip Tenacious D, yeah. I guess they're not touring anymore, eh? Because Eric Hunter, you absolute legend. What are you doing here, brother? I appreciate you. Eric Hunter with a $20 dono. Thanks for sharing. You're very welcome, brother. I'm glad I could help because I hear a lot of people are having trouble getting this feed. So Eric Hunter hype for sure. My goodness. I appreciate your kindness today, Eric. We will probably have we're probably going to have a preseason game or two to do the same thing we're doing here. But for the rest of the season, I won't be able to show the game. So it'll just be us hanging out, watching it together. But Eric Hunter, I appreciate you very much. That's very generous of you to come here and donate that. Brian Daly, not a bad game since the first time playing with each other. Yeah, that is absolutely true, Brian. You've seen some really nice passing plays, some really good goaltending, and obviously some really bad plays because there has been some chaos. Woodlake back in the house. What's up, Woodlake? I love those doggos. Hopefully EP40 has a good season so we can trade him. What? Well, at least the Kraken have a practice rink. I know, we're playing in the Kraken practice rink. Do you think this is a flex? Did they put this game in the practice rink just so that they can be like, hey, we got a practice rink? And Todd's like, that's best case scenario. PD plays well and we trade him. DPD in the box getting harassed by some young Kraken fans. But Seattle with a chance here late in the third period, going to the power play. Chance to tie up this game. Vancouver on the penalty kill. Puck in the corner. They'll take this. A rugby game has broken out there now. 3 Canuck players. 3:06 left to go in this third period of play. 1:45 left to go on the power play. And the Canucks pick up the puck and they'll fire it all the way down the ice. Seattle's goaltender stops it there and plays it up for his goaltender. Vancouver will probably change their penalty killers. Yep. Managed to get some fresh legs out there. Seattle bobbling the puck at center, but managed to work it into the blue line. Willander can't quite get a stick on that. Oh no, that's Arnstead. Puck in behind the net. Another rugby game breaks out there. Puck works up the boards all the way back to blue line. Seattle's got some space now. Puck bobbled for a moment there on his stick. Back to the high slot blue line. Puck to the face-off dot on the near side. Seattle working the outside. Shot to the front of the net. Ends up going just wide. Arntzen picks up the puck. Fires it all the way down the ice. Go or Blue Whales? Bury me with my Hot Wheels. KJ Brazy the third. What is this? KJ Brazy the third? There's 3 KJ Brazys in here. Who scored our third goal? Seattle working the perimeter. Shot from the middle. Puck comes out front. Digging away. Shot to the front of the net. Koskin Buo makes another save. Directs it to the corner. Puck comes up the boards on the far side. 19 seconds left to go on the power play. An easy glove save by Koskin Buo. And that'll be a whistle. Like I said, just 19 seconds left to go on the PD penalty. Just over 2 minutes left to go in the third period of play. 3-2 the score between the Vancouver Canucks prospects and the Seattle Kraken prospects. So Parker Alkos is out of the game. So it was Riley Patterson who scored the third goal. Seattle has taken a timeout. I can even show you guys. How about that? Here's the goal. Oreskevich over for Patterson, and he just ripped it top corner. Oreskevich to Patterson. They're actually mid-line change. So Poisson, Patterson, and Oreskevich were out there together because they were in mid-line change. But Oreskevich putting it up and Will Patterson, and he rips it. So that was the third goal there. To answer your question, sir, Mythococcus. Are one of our many prospects. Kenny Mars, if C wins, we have to hear how bad the Canucks will be. All right. Lining up to Koskinen's right. Just under 20 seconds left in the power play. Vancouver Canucks trying not to collapse. Seattle working the half boards. Plays it out to the blue line. Walking it over to the half boards on the far side. Bobbled puck. Canucks activate. Pressure. Past the near side. Up to the high slot. Shot to the front of the net. Tipped. And a good save there by Koskin Buo despite the tip. And then just like that, the penalty is over. Vancouver Canucks are back to full strength. 1 minute and 16 seconds left to go in the third period of play. Who scored the goals? So Riley Patterson scored the third goal. The second goal was Aaron Obabaifo. And Leckermacki was the first one. So Leckermacki, Obabaifo, and Riley Patterson scored the 3 goals. Big face-off deep in the Canucks zone. Canucks scramble draw. Seattle comes up with it in the corner. Canucks box up. Pass to the near boards. Good move there. Playing it down low. Good poke by the Canucks, but Seattle manages to keep it in just at the blue line. Troy in the chat. What's up, Troy? $6.99. I appreciate you, Troy, for the donation. Seattle in full control. They've pulled their goalie. So it is a 6-on-5. Blocking it. Puck ends up going through the crease. Back out to the blue line. Pass down to the near boards. Across to the far board. Shot to the front of the net. Trying another tip play. Didn't work there. Puck ends up getting chipped out all the way down the ice. I don't know who the last one was to touch it, but that might... Nope, not an icing call. Looks like it was just a bad pass by Seattle. They play it up. They'll flip it deep into the Canucks zone. Moving in. First onto the puck is Seattle. 15 seconds left to go in the game. Pinned up against the boards. Puck comes back to the blue line. Shot down low into the slot. Another big save by Koska and Vio. Ends up directing to the side. Another save as the puck comes to the front of the net. They work it back to the blue line. Shot gets blocked. And just like that, the game is over. Thank you again, Troy, for the $6.99 dono. The Vancouver Canucks have not blown another 2-goal lead in the third period. And they have defeated the Seattle Kraken's prospects 3-2 in the second game of the back-to-back. There it goes. So yeah, reminder everyone, Parker Alkos did leave the game tonight, so that's why he saw a bunch of different pairings. So a couple injuries here in these couple games. Very cool. GG, let's go. Dan Smith, you need to mute the audio of the main video when you're showing the replay. It's overlapping, the audio is distorting a bit. Thanks for the stream and chat. Oh, thank you. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, so just like that. There it is. Back to the bar. Cool. So the Vancouver Canucks end up winning. You'll love to see it. Here, let's do a quick review then of all of the goals, shall we? Okay. So Dan Smith, you make a good point. Troy, you're donating again, brother. Another $2.79. We love you and Dobby. Oh, that is a good point. We haven't had Dobby yet tonight. Troy, you make a good point. All right, so here is the Leckerman. Okay, here's the plan. We're gonna show you the goals, and then I'm gonna go grab Dobby, all right? Griffin Knight, let's go! What's up, Griffin Knight? $6.99 coming in. Thank you very much, brother. That's awesome. Kenny Mars, thank the hockey gods. Kenny Knight, much appreciated. It's been great seeing you the last couple nights here. All right, so here is the Leckermacky goal. Good work by Patterson. Works it up front, and Leckermacky, my God. Patterson with a 2-point night. Gets a goal and an assist, and that is a beautiful setup. He just skates down, works his man, and then one hand on his stick over to Leckermacky, and Leckermacky places it perfectly on the far side of the net. So you love to see that. And then the second goal was Obo Bifo. And Obo Bifo, man, he was so wide open on this goal. It was wild. So let's hop over and watch that one. So here's the goal by, it's a nice passing play. So Obo Bifo actually starts the play, passes it down into the corner, and then skates to the front of the net, picks it up, and then walks right up front and just slides them that empty net. Pretty amazing, eh? Plays it to the corner, skates to the front of the net, absolutely gets lost, and then scores the goal. So that's the second goal of the game. And another donation, Troy, LFG, $6.99 coming in from Troy Cruteau. Thank you very much, brother. That's amazing. You guys are crazy tonight. All these donos flying in. I appreciate you. All right, and then the third goal. Oh, actually, there's a highlight here for Koska and Vuo. Let's watch this. So this is not a goal, but this is a breakaway. So Koska and Vuo on the breakaway, coming from the hole. Right? Koska and Vila looking really good tonight. Very good tonight. And then here is the Riley Patterson goal. So this is the third goal. So as I mentioned, they're in the middle of the line change. And so they are breaking up the ice. Reskovich puts it over to Patterson, and Patterson just rips it over the glove. Short side, top corner, nice play. Great move. Good work by all involved. Gets started there by Croissant. So Croissant and Reskovich assisting on Patterson's goal. Amazing. All right. I'm going to go grab Dobby. I'll be right back. Because you guys haven't seen him yet tonight. As you can see, he's actually mid-nap right now. You can see his little tongue is hanging out of his face. This is Dobby. He is my boy. He is very sleepy. He is in the middle of a nap. But since you guys have been donating, I decided it was a good time to show him to you. He is a nice, good boy. Look at this. Watch this. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. He's like, Dad, just let me nap. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he is very sleepy. Dobby, did you know that the Canucks scored 3 goals tonight? Do you think that you deserve some treats? Okay, I'm going to put you down for a second, Dobby. But we're going to get you some treats, okay? Oh, yes. Let's get him some treats. Oh, no. Okay, we're back. And we brought the treats. Hey, everyone. These are Dobby's like favorite treats. He loves them very much. So he gets 3 because the Canucks scored 3 goals today. As you can see, he's very focused on them. He loves them very much. So number 3 for Dobby. There you go. Yeah. What a good boy, huh? What a nice, sweet, good boy. So there's Dobby the Doge. Give me a smooch. Thank you. Okay, go ahead, buddy. All right, there's Dobby the Doge. Troy, you got what you wanted. Thank you for another 279 Dobby treats. Very cool. Yeah, so hello, everyone. My name is Russ Holiday. This is Nothing is Perfect. The Vancouver Canucks defeating the Kraken prospects 3-2. Did not collapse today. We are going to be live for the Canucks' first preseason game, which I will bring up here for you. So as you can see, we're in September. So it will be the 21st. So it's going to be Sunday next week. So today is this day. We're going to be live on this day. So this is going to be our next live stream for Vancouver Canucks game. As you can see, I think this one's on Sportsnet and this one's on Sportsnet, but it does appear it might even be these 2 games we might be able to actually show here live on Nothing is Perfect. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. But yeah, that'll be the next time we're live. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. We were live for every single Vancouver Canucks game last year. We're going to be live for every single Vancouver Canucks game this year. So make sure you hit that button so you know when we're going live. But I mean, the other way to know that we're going live is there's a Canucks game on. Keith, cannot wait for the season to start. London Night Colors. Yeah, KJ Brazy the third. Is that your actual face, KJ? Am I seeing your real face? Medvedev has London Night Colors, still be a CHL player. Yeah. What a shot from Mackey. Yeah. Let's go Canucks, says Christina Ann Marie Wilburn. Todd Peterson. Terrible play by the D-man there. Yep. Dow. Peace. Dow. Hockey. Croquet. Hockey. I know it's London bits close to Minnesota's colored pads. It doesn't look good with them pads on the Canucks uniform. No. Let's fucking go. There it is. Troy, another $6.99. Sweet. Thanks for showing us the goals. You're very welcome, Kenny Mars. These guys are finishers. Puckheads unite. He's just like Justin Sordiff. Major Minor's like, let's fucking go. And then McNally, 25, Leafs fan, Zach. Let's go, Vancouver, win. Crude it. Nice, says Todd Peterson. Zach, says Big Mac. Troy says, Major, you know it. He deserves it. And I'm glad I found nothing in the AHL playoffs. I'm glad you found us too, Troy. It's been fun having you. KJ Brazy the third. Yeah, it definitely doesn't look good with the Canucks color scheme. Yeah. I'm colorblind and I know it looks bad. Herring for Eve. Kenny Mars, all nice goals. Yep. Herring for everyone. Now you must cut down the mightiest tree in the forest with a herring. Zoe, Russ, T, what do you think fourth line should be? O'Connor, Bluger, Carlson? O'Connor, Bluger, Sasson? O'Connor, Bluger. I'm going to go O'Connor, Bluger, Carlson. How does that sound? O'Connor, Bluger, Carlson? T, what do you think? Big Mac, W. Russ is dialed in, says Zoe. Troy, it just looks so easy, but if I was out there, yikes, laugh out loud. Medvedev for Jake Wallstedt, thoughts? I don't know if that's going to work. Kai, so cute. Yeah, isn't he? He's a cute little devil, Kai. Dobberton. Lord Dobberton, all meets Lord KJ the third. Lord Dobberton the third meets Lord KJ the third. Dobby rocks. Dobby. Oh, yes. Dobby hug. What a beautiful pup, Kenny Mars says. Yeah, look at those hard eyes. Historic moment for royalty. I know, if those two met, wouldn't that be crazy in Prickfetti? And Dobby's back. He's like, do you have more things for me? To start Carlson, Bluger, O'Connor. Yeah, so Colin Whitehead, we're kind of on the same page, I think. Troy Cruteau, my dog is sleeping. My dog was sleeping too, and then I woke him up, poor bastard. I worked processing DeRoe. Hey, Dobby, rough. Dog. W. Calvin, W. Griffin Knight. The tongue, wow. Yeah, he's just like this. W. Same. Okay, yeah. We're on the same page then. Carlson. Kenny Mars, my dog is looking at me funny. He can tell that you're looking at another dog. 3 cheats for Dobbertons. And then Todd Peterson looking at it. The tongue. Look at that tongue in the treats. Master gives Dobby a sock. Gunther Claus becoming a member. Thank you very much, Gunther, for becoming a member of Nothing is Perfect. That's amazing. I appreciate the support and the help to put Dobby through his college and send my wife to the spa because I'm going to be streaming every other day for the next 6 months. Todd Peterson socks. Love how the beaver is up even though Pepsi ain't there. Yeah. Gotta love Russ. I haven't been able to unpack the bar yet because the shelves are empty, but we'll get there before the regular season starts. Post-game, Troy Dono hype. Neil Foster, he is so cute. Big Mac, W. Todd Peterson, the tongue. So Milk Bones for Eve. W. Doja. Callan McKenzie, Connie wants to love him and squeeze him and hug him forever. I don't blame her. Milk Bones for everyone. Well deserved. Woof, woof. W the Doja. My fingernails are too long. Keep pressing too soon. Sorry about the typos. All good. T, after seeing these 2 games of Willander, would you trade him with Ratu a first for McTavish? I might do that because then you have your 2C, right? I think I'd have to wait a little bit more. If we have to do it before the season, I'd probably say no. But if we get a little bit into the season, maybe. Neil Foster, lost my boy last year. Hold on to him. He's awesome. I'm sorry to hear that, Neil. Yeah. These dogs, they live quick. My boy. He's a sweet little monkey. Russ, you are a decent play-by-play guy. Thank you very much, Colin Whitehead. I appreciate that. I butcher the other team pretty badly. Like, I don't know any of the Seattle prospects. But if we were to actually be able to watch a few more games with them, it might get a little better. But I appreciate that, Colin. That's very nice of you. I'll be here. Excellent, says Kenny Mars. Great play-by-play. Better than Shorty, to be fair. What, Kevin K? That's crazy. I appreciate that. These are preseason games, right? Let's go. So this isn't even preseason yet. This is, oh yeah, no, the ones I showed you. Yeah, these are preseason games. So we got those 3 preseason games. What is this thing doing? It's cutting it off too. Actually, let's go like this. Go like this. Oh no, that's not right either. Yeah, but yeah, we'll be live on the 21st for the first preseason game. I think so too, Russ. I think preseason is usually on team's website. Yeah. So I believe these 2 games right here are going to be on the Canuck website. Back to the bar. Colin Whitehead becoming a member. Thank you very much, Colin. I appreciate the support. Now you can use all those amazing custom emojis. Thank you very much, Colin, for becoming a member. That's awesome. Adam S., the 21st game showing on ESPN Plus. So I wonder where it will be for the Canucks in Canada, because I'm watching from Canada, but I guess you're gonna get that one in Seattle, eh? Adam, are you the one who's watching from Seattle, or where are you from, Adam? KJ Brazy the third, laughing and crying. Colin Whitehead. Kevin, I like Shorty though. Laugh out loud. No one can cancel Dobby. Nope. Finally, Russ sees KJ's face reveal. Laugh out loud. I know, right? I wonder what KJ the first looks like. Kevin K, I like ESPN and TNT better than Shorty, to be honest, but Russ tops them all. Kevin K, you're pumping my tires, bruh. I appreciate it. Zoe, not even crazy about Mercury. KJ Brazy the third. Me too. Must be handsome. Look at that handsome man. KJ Brazy the first is definitely handsome. But who's the most handsome? KJ Brazy the first, KJ Brazy squared, or KJ Brazy the third? I met KJ squared, had an eye patch. Interesting. Laughing and crying. Must be handsome, he says, laugh out loud. And KJ Brazy squared has a beard. Adam S., I prefer Shorty, but that might be because I'm in the US, can get stuck with other announcers a lot. Laugh out loud. Yeah, that is fair. I mean, there are some good announcers outside of Vancouver, but man, there are some really bad ones out there too. Bob Bluger, O'Connor, King, Bluger, Hot Carl. Oh, King Bluger, yeah. Drew O'Connor, King Bluger, and Hot Carl. That is the line I think will be our 4th line. Thomas Hornbrook, Coconuts Glow, Coconuts Glow, Coconuts Glow, Coconuts Glow. Get some Coconuts in the chat. Zach McNally starting the wave. Woo! Adam Banks signs a PTO. Huh. Oh. Did you guys hear Adam Banks signed its PTO? Oh, that's funny. That was the kid who, from Mighty Ducks, I think he was playing for the really good team, and then they ended up finding out he was living in the wrong neighborhood or whatever. I like Shorty's call in 2011 Cup Finals. Yeah. Slade the Dragon is one of the greatest calls of all time. Kevin K, good night from St. John, New Brunswick. Need more games soon. Yeah, Kevin K will be live on the 21st. You believe me. Thomas Hornbrook, let's go, baby Nucks. Hockey is back. KJ Brazy III, I wish I could grow a full beard. Laugh out loud. Goatee is as far as my facial hair goes. So it's kind of like this, eh? KJ Brazy III might be the evil version of KJ Brazy because we all know from Star Trek that if you have a goatee, you are the evil version of somebody else. W. Gunther. Yeah. Gunther Claus coming in with a gift or with a membership, becoming a member. The play-by-play got Russ so many subs. Yeah, it got crazy the last few days. Where's Trevor? I haven't seen Rev Trev. WWW. Herring all around meat for the belly for the meat. Todd Peterson. No, I'd look at what this season brings and what is in the draft pipe. Yeah, that's kind of my feeling too. I still don't think I want to depart with Willander. W. Colin. The goalie was the best player. Yeah, you're probably right about Koskinen Vuo was the reason they did not lose that game. I appreciate the discourse, Russ. Everybody has an opinion. Personalized, Russell, missed you, man. Go Canucks, go. What do you think about Evander Kane seeing Bryan Adams and the banner? Yeah, so anyone who doesn't know, way back in the day when they opened up GM Place, as it was called, now Rogers Arena, the very first thing to happen in that stadium was a Bryan Adams concert. And so when Bryan Adams was playing the other night, they actually raised a banner for the 30th anniversary of Bryan Adams playing at GM Place / Rogers Arena. And apparently Evander Kane was there. So very cool. I don't know. I like it. Bryan Adams is a Canadian legend, so good to see him. Welcome, Personalized. Nice to see you, buddy. I got to dip out. Great night, everyone. Until next time. See you later, Big Mac. Nice to see you. Thanks for keeping chat a safe and respectful place. Later, Big Mac. Have a good one, Mac. See ya, Big Mac, says Brickfetti. Wisconsin. Are you a cheesehead then? Do you cheer for the Green Bay Packers? Pickled is the best as roll mopes. Night, Big Mac. A socks with a ball in it. Catalina Rice, better play-by-play than in the house for this game. Thank you very much, Catalina. I appreciate that. That's very cool. Smack a de lips. I missed the game. Jog. I'm sorry that you missed the game. But if you want, you can always go back and watch it. I once the stream is over, it will be live on my channel. So if you do want to watch the game, it will be available for you. You won't be able to chat along, obviously, because we won't be here. But if you do want to see all the whole game, it will be available here on Nothing is Perfect. So check it out. Calvin 99 Charlie, I know an Adam in Wisconsin. Probably a different Adam, though. I wonder how many Adams live in Wisconsin. Unfortunately, yeah, you did, Jog. US play-by-play guys are so bad. Is there OT in these games? I believe there would be if they got there. It would probably be the same thing. It would be a 5 minutes 3-on-3 and then a shootout. Or they might just go straight to a shootout. You never know. Asking for a friend. I know an Adam in Wisconsin too. A damn fine woman. At least on an old TV. Mila Kunis. Yo! We won, though, 3-2, Jog. Looks like a 9. KG Brazy the third. Cake eater. My dogs are having cottage cheese. Cottage cheese. Adam S. I don't know any Calvin, so probably. Unplugged 604. Thoughts on Crosby trade idea to the Canucks as per Canucks Army article. I mean, I'm all on board, man. Unplugged 604. I was in that. Which one was it? Oh, I'm so terrible with names. Quads. David Quadrelli. I was watching Canucks Army and he was talking about the comment from Sidney Crosby's agent. And they were talking about the fact that Sidney Crosby wants to win another cup and he's probably not going to do that in Pittsburgh. So despite the fact that he wants to retire as a Pittsburgh Penguin, maybe it would be a good idea to go somewhere else. So I haven't read that article specifically, but I am 100% on board of getting Sidney Crosby to be a Vancouver Canuck. 100%. I don't care what it takes. Trade whatever we want. Trade it all, except for Hughes. That's gonna stink, though. Yep. Neil Foster, thanks for this. I tuned in yesterday and had a great time. Canucks fan assemble! Thanks, Neil Foster. I appreciate it, buddy. I hope to see you more during the season. Scones, personalized. Shorty, breathe easy. British Columbia. Vancouver is on to the next round. The next round is the preseason. It helps their tummies if they get poisoned. Interesting. Rev Trev is doing football in Green Bay Packers until preseason, probably. Yeah. I mean, there is a lot of football on today. Night, y'all. See you on Sunday, Rusty. See you later, Thomas. Nice to see you, buddy. Dobby. They can have Latrell. Brian Adams is a Vancouver legend. Yep. I have hope for Kane. Hype the Evander train. Yeah, I don't know. I was not happy when that trade initially happened, even though we literally didn't give up pretty much anything. But then I was like, man, something just makes me think he's going to have an amazing season. He's playing in his hometown. He is playing in a contract year. So that's the thing, right? He's got everything in the world to play for right now. He's lost the Stanley Cup 2 years in a row. So he's got that kind of a, experience doing a long playoff run for the last 2 years. So I don't know. I think Kane is going to have a great season. Isn't he? He is a Vancouver legend. Later, Thomas. Big Mac says Major. Winner, herring dinner. KJ Brazy III. Sang Perfetti. Pickled herring roll mops. Oh, yeah. Pickled herring roll. I've never had a pickled herring roll, but that sounds really good, actually. Good night from Middle Tennessee. Not necessarily a Canucks fan, but just missing hockey and missing Lanky and Sherwood. Ah, so you're a Predators fan, Catalina. Well, thanks for stopping by anyways. It was fun having you, and I'm sure we'll see you again sometime in the chat. So thank you very much for tuning in today. I appreciate it. Adam S. Not a big football fan. Canucks, Badgers, and Brewers for me. Ah, so baseball. The Badgers. Who are the Badgers? What sport do they play, Adam? Substance and a treat. The Whitecaps got a ringer. I know, eh? 3 goals, 7-0 win against the best team in all of MLS. And then Swerve and Irvin was at that game. I haven't even asked Swerve and Irvin if you're here. What the heck was that like watching 7 goals? Winnipeg versus Ottawa in OT or whatever now. Okay. So there is overtime in these like preseason prospects games. Best prospect game ever. Lecker was the more exciting. What did y'all have for dinner? I had chicken Alfredo. Yum. My wife, Crystal, made us a very delicious spaghetti. It was a chicken and veggie sauce on top of some delicious noodles. It was very tasty with some garlic bread. Move the mountains for Crosby. Yep. Don't take any wooden nickel. Calvin, I had pizza. Pizza's good too. Crosby will finish a Penguin. I don't know, Personalized. His agent is starting to like put that out there. Maybe there's a chance he doesn't. I think Crosby is one of the rare players who has no enemies. Yeah, that's true. I mean, maybe Ovechkin was an enemy for a bit, but now they're friends. Except Hugby. He's untouchable. Yeah. Personalized hit the send button too quickly. Laugh out loud. But Sid can end on a 1-day contract in Pittsburgh. Yeah, just like Marc-Andre Fleury did. Margarita pizza. Peaceful assembly of Canucks fans. We do that all the time. Anything cheese. Indirect manifesto. Hey, Mang, thank you so much for doing this for all of us. The official streams were terrible. You have a really good energy for this. Thank you very much, Indirect. I really appreciate that. All the kind words, I really do. It's very cool to have you guys telling me these things. So I appreciate it, and I appreciate that I could do it for you guys. I know this the streams can be a little whack, but I wanted to add my own personal touch to it. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. Coming home, Mountain. Mama coming home. Mama, I'm coming home. Agreed 100%. Zoe, I don't drink, so nah, just pizza. I am 13, sober 6 years clean. Oh, 13 years sober. 6 years clean. That's very cool, Colin. I thought you were saying you're 13 years old. No, 13 years sober. That's very cool. Keep up the good work, Colin. Yum, I want pizza. Then I should use my hot sauce. Laugh out loud. What kind of hot sauce do you use? Indirect. I am excited to see Kane play for Van. Me too. I think he's going to have a fire lit under him like crazy. He seems to be excited to play. Jets goal! Olympic Freddy We Trust is stoked. Evander Kane will help bring EPD back to his old form. He sticks up for the little guys like PD. Yep. That beats margarine. Whisk. Nothing is perfect. It's gone from 30-70 to 55-45, like Kane's to dislikes. Yeah. T, do you go Garland or Besser if Kane is on the first line? Besser. I think I want PD and Besser together. I'm kind of the guy who always does pairs, T, so I want PD and Besser together. That's like one pair that I really want. And that's pretty much the only one that I'm set on right now. But you could do PD Besser Hoglander. You could do PD Besser Kane. You could do PD Besser Garland. So there's a couple different options there. Wisconsin Badgers. University of Wisconsin Badgers. Sarah Nurse was Badgers. Go Vancouver PWHL. Woo! Yep. That season will be getting started at some point. So hopefully we'll be able to get some coverage for that too. Kevin 99 Charlie. Wait, what? Vancouver Whitecaps won 7-1? That's crazy. And amazing how good they are getting now. It was actually 7-0. I think the other team scored 1 goal and then it was taken away, right? Adam S. Hockey Mom, says Todd Pedersen. Oh, Russ, I had some spaghetti yesterday, but I don't like garlic bread. Are you a vampire? Calvin 99 Charlie outing himself as a vampire. T. Garland, both Besser and Kane are shooters. Tabasco first hot sauce. I think he'll come back for a one-day contract or whatever to Pitts. Yeah. Sensei used to watch BC Lions way back in the day. Saw Pamela get found at the game. That's crazy, dude. You were at that game? That clip is lost, though. Garlic bread is awesome, says KJ Brazy III. So I used to Louisiana hot sauce until they stopped selling them or buying them up here. Now I use Frank's Red Hot Sauce. Yeah, I put that shit on everything. Yeah, Heedle can just force feed Besser one-timers for days. Yeah, that's probably true. Nothing is perfect, so the bar is low. Pamela Henderson, what? Love it. Lions have been Lions haven't been good since they lost G.O.R. Simons. I actually served the BC Lions players and their staff and stuff come into my restaurant quite often, so it's very cool to get to chat with them about their season and stuff. One of my former colleagues / good buddies, Matt Baker, is one of their PR guys. So if you ever meet Matt Baker of the BC Lions, make sure you tell him that Rusty sent you. Parmesan garlic bread, yep. Collins loins. Oh, pizza. Let's go Leafs. At T, Heedle, Besser, DeBrusque, second line. I don't like Besser and DeBrusque as a line. They're too similar, I think, Colin. We need Blue Jays to win for some good news in Canada. Can you imagine if they won the World Series? It's been like, was it 93 when they won it last time? They won the same year as the Montreal Canadiens won the last cup. All right, so Toronto Blue Jays win this World Series this year. At the same time, the Vancouver Canucks win the Stanley Cup. Bam. Boom, bam. Sorry, I meant the Lions typo. Hogs, most points is 36. T, he's going to have a breakout year. I think so. Do people actually look at Garland like an elite scorer? I look at him as more of a grinder. He can score if he wants, but I don't look at him as a scorer. He scores about 50 to 60 points a year. He's pretty much automatic at that point. Todd Pedersen, wasn't Empire Field back then, back in the day? All meat veggie pizza? How do you make an all meat veggie pizza? Swear jar. Booed him for not liking garlic bread. Sorry, I cannot condone that behavior. Laugh out loud. Garley's more of a playmaker. Yeah, I mean, Garland's the guy who goes and digs the puck out of the corner, right? Colin Whitehead. Garland would be the guy to get the puck along the boards with for Petey and Kane. Yep. Drama moo. Pamela the Labatt's girl. His playmaking off the boards is elite. Yep. Garland is one of the most underrated players on the team. I agree, KJ. I think he's just good all around he's just good around the net. He can shoot off the rush, and then I call him a scorer. Yeah, Garland isn't perfect option, but that's where we're lacking true top six, and don't say hogs. He's decent off the rush. DeBrusk, I wonder if he comes out slow again and how that affects things. I mean, he's probably going to do the same thing he's done every year, right? He'll score 6 goals in 5 games and he won't score again for 10, right? Like that's DeBrusk. He'll still score 25 to 30 goals. They'll just be very compacted in very small amounts of games. Blue Jays are on fire this season. Unplugged, your Klingon Batleth looks like horns on you. Yeah, I know, right? I love that Batleth. Bought that at Fan Expo. Garland a la Pekka. Yeah, that's actually not a bad comparison. Michael Pekka, right? Like I've seen SOTI call him an elite scorer. I was like, what? After this game, let's go with Ulrichsen. Yeah, I mean, Besser, Petey, and Ulrichsen, I'm done. Buddy, bing, bada, boom. Colin Whitehead, Calvin, I think Garland has great playmaking ability, especially if he has good line mates. Garland could drive his own line. Mandy Blumkins has Garland tendencies. I believe that. Go Alphas, go Dingbats, vice versa. In Brick Fairy Trust, the only person Chuck Norris fears is Connor Garland. But I heard this from Connor. Fair enough. Man, if DeBrusk could stay consistent, he would be so good. Yeah, I agree. Garland owns that second right wing. If Besser wasn't there, he would be on the first line. Yeah, probably. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here tonight. Let's quickly go through, before we wrap up, all of the donations, guys. Dijon Muster became a member. Eric Hunter became a member. Zach McNally used his monthly membership message to say, go Vancouver. Paragolfer Pro dropped 20 gifted memberships. Eric Hunter dropped 20 gifted memberships. Big Mac dropped $1 into the swear jar. In Brick Fred You Trust dropped 5 gifted memberships. Major Minor dropped a gifted membership. Eric Hunter dropped another 10 gifted memberships, bringing his total up to 30 gifted memberships for the stream. That's crazy. Lanky became a member. So Lanky 32, 7 months as a member. Doodle Hockey, thanks for showing up, brother. Truly fantastic job last couple days. For coffee, thank you. Thanks for buying me a coffee. Thomas donated $2 to wave and say, me. And then Eric Hunter said, $20 dono. So Eric Hunter donates 30 gifted memberships and $20. And then is just like blowing up the stream. That's absolutely amazing. So Eric Hunter, thank you very much for all your generosity tonight. You went above and beyond, and I appreciate you. Hockey is back, baby, says Troy. And then he donates $6.99 for that. And then he says, we love you and Dobby, $2.79. And then Griffin Knight donates $6.99. Thank you, Griffin Knight. Says, let's go. And then Troy donates another $6.99. He says, let's fucking go. And then he donates another $2.79. And he says, Dobby treats. And then Gunther Claus became a member. And then Colin Whitehead became a member. You guys are crazy. That's a lot of donations. Thank you all very much for those. I want to again thank Scouching for allowing me to use his video today. So make sure you guys go check him out. We played him during the second intermission today. So he's got a ton of content when it comes to all the different prospects. As you can see, he has covered every single NHL team this summer. He's got tons and tons of videos. What is he up? He's got 738 videos and 10,000 subscribers. So great guy to check him out. I got a link in the description for you. Back to the bar. Thank you for Dustin for stopping by for the first period. And last thing before we go, we will be live again on the 21st of September, which is September. Oh, we can scroll down a bit more. Okay, yeah. So 21st is going to be the next game that we're going to be live for. Seattle Kraken again. So that's going to be 3 Seattle Kraken games in a row. But the Vancouver Canucks tonight, prospects defeating the Seattle Kraken prospects So it was a lot of fun to have all you crazy people here tonight. I appreciate each and every single one of you for being here tonight. And make sure that you're here for the 21st. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Speaking of Trevor Linden, see T talking about Trevor Linden here. Trevor, what did you think about the game tonight? Did it make you smile? Trevor? Huh? Yeah. Look at that big smile on his face. The whale stoked. Look at Finn getting a workout back there in the bar. Good job, Finn. Okay, kids, we're going to call it there. I appreciate everyone for being here. Again, we'll be live on September the 21st. It's a 5 o'clock game. We're going to have lots of fun stuff. We're going to be here live for every single game for the entire season. So make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe, and we're going to have a great season together. I have got a really good feeling about this year for the Vancouver Canucks. Remember, my name is Russell Holiday. This is Nothing is Perfect, and make sure that you make good choices.